Everyone, once again here to Warda. It is Tuesday night, as usual, and we are here in the Pocket Dimension, getting ready for another episode of Warda. Thank you all so much for coming to this, our 6th episode of Warda. A lot going on. Yes, we have a new table. Please have a gander. Take a look.
Fancy.
Very nice.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, we all dig it. It's very nice. We feel very fancy now. I want like brandy snifters of like green
yeah.
tea.
Please?
Eventually, yes.
With
of
apple
course.
juice in them.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Eventually, we'll do the whole thing. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out. Once again, I'm Drew Mrzieski. I'll be your GM for tonight for Warda. For those of you that are new to Warda, I'll give you the elevator pitch for it. Warda is Game of Thrones meets Downton Abbey. It is a world full of social hierarchy and intrigue where Fae are at the top of the social hierarchy and humans are at the bottom. And it is a giant city where no one goes out and nobody comes in. It's very Willy Wonka in that way. But let's start out as we usually do with our lovely players today. Let's go down the line. Tell us who you are, really. Tell us who you're playing. And a little bit about that person.
Hello, my name is Justin. I'm playing Imberlar Ardeo. He is a half-gene of Free, which is a fire fae, of the House Ardeo, which is the high house of the Ifriti. And he is a warden of the Hand and Eye, so he is a magic cop.
Hashtag magic cop.
Hashtag magic. I wish I want to like eventually have like some like 80s themed retro TV intro for magic cop. Dun 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 dun. Imberlar Ardeo.
Imberlar Ardeo, the badger.
We should have then. So now.
Her hair is like
Yeah.
huge.
It's like the yellow like play but it's like they turn.
Too many fae, too many fae.
Oh no, let's not get into that. We're not gonna go there. Oh man, that's good night everyone. Thank you so much.
That was it. Good job.
Next please.
I am Frank. I am playing Tippin, just Tippin. He is a full-blooded pixie of
Is there
the
half pixies?
No, there's no such thing. No such.
physics, guys. Physics.
The leverage would
would
be.
not.
No, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, and Tippin's great. He likes to find things. He is a Hufflepuff. We discovered that.
He totally is.
Makes sense.
In the first session.
Totally is. That's very true.
Yeah, he's definitely.
What is Imberlar? What is?
That is a good question.
Gryffindor.
He's a Slytherin.
You think he's a Slytherin?
I was kind of thinking that too. I don't know why.
He's very ambitious. Yeah, I would say he's probably a Slytherin.
Jordan in the chat. Pixies come from other pixies. Anyway,
When one pixie
loves another pixie,
very
they have
much.
they have very big feelings, and then they forget what happens, and then a couple days later,
Suddenly a baby appears.
suddenly a baby appears.
They take care of it for 3 days, and then it's an adult, basically.
It's basically an adult. That's actually how it happens.
Welcome
Anyway,
to Tippin's childhood.
yeah. Next one.
It was a weekend.
Hello, my name is Amy, and I am playing Owen. And she is a half-gene Nayati who owns her own Curiosity shop / fence for hire shop. And Tippin resides with her in her shop. He has his own little corner.
Yeah. It's my
And
window.
and we go on adventures together.
Knowledge bros.
Knowledge bros. We like to learn things.
What house is Owen?
Yeah, what house is that? I think going to Slytherin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're
Oh.
a Slytherin.
You're
Yeah,
deaf.
maybe.
She's
I don't. Me? No. Oh my. Yeah. Slytherin decided. Slytherin. We went to school together. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, we would have teamed up.
Yeah, became friends. But like, there's like, no, Slytherins are evil.
No.
no.
Just,
Ambitious.
you know,
I mean, it's just,
cunning.
I'm a Hufflepuff.
Two Slytherins and a Hufflepuff walk into a bar.
I need misquoting to all of my clothing.
I'm a Hufflepuff. What has 2 thumbs and is a Hufflepuff? I'm a Hufflepuff.
All right. Let's not derail. We're not going to jump off the cliff that early in this thing. So a little bit of business before we begin. Again, this is everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming and being a part of this. Warda would not be the same without you guys. So we're going to give a shout out real quick to all of you guys because we have officially made it to 100 people on Twitter. We're going to work for that 200 just as hard as we work for that 100. But because we got 100, we're going to do a special thing at the end of the show, right? Is that correct, Allie? Or are we just going to film it and then show it on...
It'll be online tomorrow.
Okay, it'll be online tomorrow. So it's coming, but you won't see it tonight, but you'll see it tomorrow. All right, let's get to our thank yous real quick. First of all, we're going to thank JJ on the ones and twos. Thank you, JJ, so much. Without you, we'd just be sitting here in the dark.
Silently.
And
Very quietly.
we're going to thank Allie for being here tonight as well. Allie will be in the chat for the first part of the game. And after we switch, we're going to switch, and she's going to GM, and I'm going to be in the chat. So we're going to switch off tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. And our last thank you is to the One Shot Podcast for letting us have their space, their table, their lights.
Their table.
Their table.
So soft.
Let's touch it.
So silky, what? And right now they're doing a Patreon drive where they're trying to get up to $7,500 a month. They're at $7,100 right now, so only $400 left. And it's a great thing to be a part of, guys. They have a lot of great content, hours and hours of laughter if you're a part of the Patreon. And you can find that at www.patreon.com/oneshotpodcast. So go, be a part of it. And if you are not a part of it, share it with your friends, because sharing costs nothing.
Plug ours too.
And I'm getting there.
Okay,
I'm getting there. So if you guys are interested in Warda and what we like, if you like what we're doing here, please feel free to go to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/whimsyartifice. Not Whimsy and Artifice, just Whimsy Artifice. Whimsy Artifice. Allie will put that in the chat. And if you like what we do, please help us in making this a thing that we do all the time and continue to do more and more of. And again, as I say every time, I want you guys to remember that Warda is not just for me. It's not just for these guys. It's not just for Allie. It's not just so we have our world. It's for you guys as well. You guys exist in this world as much as any of us do. So if you have fan art or fan fiction or questions or whatever, if you want to learn more about the world, if you want to learn the history of dire goats, please write into welcome-to-warda.com@gmail.com, and we will answer your questions. We'll take your fanfic, all that great stuff. All right, anything else here? Oh, this week we have new content on the website. We're going to try to put new content up every bit. Did we put up part 2 of Warren's story this week?
Part 2 goes up tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow you'll get part 2 of Warren's story. It's a bit of fiction that's being written by myself about a particular mysterious fairy who is kind of lost in the woods out in the middle of nowhere, and he comes across a town full of Nayati, and they try to extort him, and he kicks their asses. It's awesome. But you should go and you should read it. It's a lot of fun. But this week we have new stuff. We have an entire page on the Guardians, those brave souls that guard the border, that make sure that nothing gets into the city and nothing gets out of the city either. So there's a whole thing on the Guardians, and we have an entire page on dueling clubs as well. So learn about the dueling clubs. We have examples of them, what they are, and we have an entire section on weaponry and what the weapons are in this world. There are no guns. Spoiler alert.
Footnote, there's no guns.
Footnote, no guns. So that's where we are. So I'm going to do as I usually do. I'm going to ask you guys a kind of a backstory question as we get to know these people more and more. So let's go with Embalar to begin with. Embalar, I want you to tell me who taught you how to fight, and do you have a memory of a fight from your past?
The person who taught me how to fight was my father, because he is the head of the dueling club. The
Lantern Way.
The Lantern Way. No,
the Flickering Flame.
Flickering Flame.
The Lantern Way.
That's the other one.
No, the Lantern Way is where It's their dojo.
There's no, yeah, the Flickering Flame. My father's the leader of that, so he taught me how to fight, trained me in combat magic, specifically fire combat magic. And a specific memory that I have is the first time I was able to hold my own against him, like going all out. Because when he had a very strict training regimen when I was younger, and he held back, but he didn't hold back.
Yeah.
So yeah, he taught me how to fight, and we were I was youngish, so like a teenager, so probably maybe like 30s, young.
Well, you're a half gene, so like
Yeah.
it's the same. Growing
Pretty
up is
much.
about the same. So it's like you're like 16, 17 years old.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I was probably closer to my like mid-20s then, and I was able to hold my own against him. And yeah, I didn't get immediately squashed, is what I'm saying. He still beat me, but like for like a good like minute or two there, I was able like to dispel and work my way around. I actually landed a hit, which was nice. He had never landed a hit before. I think
Where'd you hit him?
I believe to hit him in the arm. I was able to like throw a fire combat spell, like through like a fireball that like I bend it. I was able to like warp it around through like using like a backdraft.
Oh,
So
cool.
like it came and then like went back around and then hit him in the side of the arm.
Nice.
And it was a spell that I'd been practicing for a while, and it actually hit him in the arm. And I think after that moment, like he'd always been proud of me and like loved me, even though I was like a half gene. But
Yeah, you're not his real son.
exactly. But yeah, no, after that point he like respected me even more. So we have a really good relationship.
Cool. I don't think he ever got that healed.
He didn't
He leaves that scorch mark.
let everyone know.
Yeah. He's like, it's my reminder.
Watch
Yeah.
that. Side,
Thanks,
watch
Dad.
your left side.
Thanks, Dad. Tippin.
All right, this is Tippin learned a fighting style called Giant Killer, which is specific for pixies. It is like using their kind of unnatural strength to take down giants, which is literally everyone around them.
Aw.
Tippin learned this from another pixie named Remy.
Remy. Nice.
Coincidentally, he watched Remy die.
Oh.
This was the same pixie.
It's the same pixie. It's like your mentor pixie.
Basically, my mentor pixie was named Remy.
Another free pixie, basically.
Another free pixie, basically, that was very much like Tippin, which is why like Tippin's so much like himself. Taught him how to taught him how to sneak, taught him how to fight and get out of situations like that. And then Tippin found one day that Remy was a lot more tired and Remy died.
Oh, goodness.
And then Tippin was given a sense of mortality.
It's a big
Wow.
day.
Welcome to
day.
Backstory.
When was one of the first times you used Giant Killer? Like, when did you use
One of the first
that?
times he actually used it, I'd say one of the first times in vain was when he got captured by the guy that was going to take his wings off.
Oh,
That Emberlar
nice.
took him. One of his first successful times was when he won the Lindworm feather.
Oh,
he fought a
very cool.
Lindworm
Very cool.
with it. So yeah.
Dig that. How about you, Owen?
Well, I studied at the Traumeyer School of Blades under Mel Traumeyer, who was a close friend of my father's. But I didn't really want to be a fighter, except that all of my brothers are guardsmen or they work for my dad, who's the head of security for House Serene. So everybody has been in this. All of my family has been in a career of fighting, but I didn't really want to do that. But I was forced to study anyway, which it was a good thing to learn. But so technically, I was taught by Mel Traumeyer. But the memory that I have most vividly is I was 9 years old, and this girl had been bullying me, Dora Bizik. And she was a pretty good fighter, and I could have been a good fighter, but I didn't really have the heart for it. So Mel Traumeyer told my father about how I was struggling in school, and so one day he took me back to school and brought me into the ring where we would spar, and Dora was there, and neither of us were allowed to leave until one person was done.
Oh, wow.
And so we just had to fight. And I was after a while of just doing defensive work, I was being egged on, and eventually I won, but it was kind of like a scarring moment because I was forced into fighting.
Wow. How old were you?
Is it 9?
You're 9.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
there's like a child fight club.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, it was to teach because she was bullying me and I wasn't like fighting back, which was a thing that was encouraged. Like you stand up for yourself, and I was not wanting to do that. So in order to teach me a lesson, my father just brought me and had me fight to the death, essentially, with no dying, of course, but you know.
But first to knockout. Type
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So who won?
I did. I won in the end.
You knocked out Dora.
Yeah, because I'm scrappy enough where I just held out the whole time and then got angry and just finished it.
How did you finish it? I'm really curious. Like how you finished it.
I just, she kept calling me names because I'm a half gene. And so finally, and my dad was egging me on a little bit as well because he wanted me to be stronger. So I just shot like
Giant Nayati
rapid,
Titan Ballard.
Yeah. I just shot rapid fire like ice bullets over and over again and just like pushed her into a corner until she just like dropped.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So-
In my brain, that whole scene is that moment where you realize that you're gonna lose, but there's nothing you can do about it. And you guys are 9. So I can imagine that Dora's facade kind of dropped.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
And
for
she's
sure.
like crying and
Yes.
saying that she's done,
Yep.
but that's not the
That's
game.
not, yeah.
The game is to knock out. And so you had to physically knock her out.
Yeah.
Like flinging ice and water at her.
So my father and I have a strained relationship,
Jeez.
partially for that reason.
So, welcome to Warda. So that's really important for tonight because we got a battle coming up here, as you guys have kind of been fenced in. But before we go there, we're gonna start like we always do. I want you guys to picture yourselves high above the city of Amongrad. And we look down and we see the city of Amongrad as it always is, that horseshoe of a giant wall with tall, tall mountains at the very, very back of it. And in the very center of the middle of this horseshoe is all city. And as you get further out, you get more to rural areas. And we're high above in the air. And we immediately begin to drop, heading down, down, down towards the city. And as we head straight down into the city, we head to Glowwood Park, Bellwood Park, where this whole game is taking place. And the camera comes right up to the window of Rennie's apartment. And through the window, we can see our heroes going over the apartment and looking over things. And the camera flits up to one side of the window and flits over to another side of the window and then goes to another window. And through the window, we see them moving around and looking for things and going back and forth. And through the window, eventually the camera flits down to the windowsill and we're looking through the window at Embalar as he reaches over to a potted plant and lifts it up and then takes out a Vox box. And the moment he looks at it and identifies what it is, it's a Vox box, the camera flits away. And we follow the camera as it zooms through the city back and forth. And it's like going through people's legs. It's going like up a drain pipe. It goes over rooftops at this nearly imperceptible speed. Like we're just zooming by like hyperspeed type stuff. Just getting out of the way at the last second, like going around carriages and going like underneath a dire goat, like as it goes. And back and forth, and eventually we get to a seedy part of town, and we're headed straight for a wall. And the wall's coming up, and at the last second, the camera turns and goes through a crack in the wall. And we like see like the entire, like we see brick and stone go past us, and we enter into a dimly lit room where we've been before. And there, sitting in the back, in the shadows, is again our mystery player, who's got these flickery blue flame eyes, like they actually flicker. And the camera goes right up to him. And the camera pans around and gets to our our mystery person, and he's sitting there, and he looks over and goes, "What have you brought me?" And now the pixie that has been watching this entire thing goes, "I saw them, Master. I saw them. They have the proof that you're seeking. They have a Vox box." And the mysterious Fae goes, "That's very good. Who has it?" The half gene, sir. The half gene of Friddy. He has it. You've done very well. Have you taken this information to anyone else? No, Master, I haven't. He reaches out and grabs the pixie. And he goes, "Tell me the truth." And the pixie shows him his chest where we see a big soul brand on it. Yeah. And he goes, "Master, I can't lie. I can't lie, Master. You know I can't." And he goes, "Very well. Very well. You've done a good job. Now I need you to do one last thing for me." He goes, "What is it?" And he squishes him. And he opens his hand to this bloody, slimy mess. And he shakes off his hand. And he goes, "And the information dies with you." And he wipes his hands. And he stands up. And we get our look at this guy for the very first time. And he's an Ifriti. And he's light red with those blue eyes and black hair. And the hair is very, very long. And he's got it pulled into a single braid that's braided down his back. And the camera follows him. And we see he goes to a small room and he opens the door. And in that room is Fennel. And she's sitting there, and the camera's on over his shoulder and looking down at Fennel. And we see Fennel, and she's sitting there chained to the wall. And she looks up, and she's got fire in her eyes. There's no sort of there's no beaten down in anything that she's feeling. She goes, "What do you want?" "Looks like our time has come." "Up." She goes, "I'm not going anywhere with you. You can kick me and beat me and do whatever you want. I go nowhere until you give me more answers." He goes, "Very well then." And there's blackout. Okay, guys. We come back up on the alleyway, which I've drawn.
Oh, good.
Oh.
So,
Oh, yeah.
In here.
there we go. We'll go right there. There's the alleyway. So last time you had thrown off a fireball at Ezzy, which she had easily deflected. And then everyone started, well, okay, maybe not easily deflected, but she had deflected it. Drew's cartography corner. As you, so she deflected that, and the Pell-Mells begin to move in. And as they begin to move in, there's about, roll me a notice. Someone just, all of you roll me notices. See what you guys can see.
So excited.
Yeah?
All right.
That was a 1.
Aw. That's a 1 for me as well.
Okay.
Math, sorry. 1.
Okay, 1.
We're a little...
All you guys get is that there's 8 to 10 of them.
Lots happening. We're stressed.
Yeah, you guys are stressed. You guys are in that ball. Chet's what's going on?
Oh, crap.
Oh, they are friends. Are they coming?
Nope.
Well, hello there.
Nope.
Stop, Jet.
Oh, yeah, sweet. And as they're moving closer, there's they all begin to whistle. And the clap is as they clack their their strikes together.
This is so unnecessarily ominous.
Well, this is almond grok.
Now is not the time.
And they're getting they're like closing in the circle. And as they're closing in the circle, you see that they're not all coming for you. Some of them are like posted at the edges
Yeah.
of the.
How many are there?
Like I said,
Eight
there's
to
8 to 10
Oh, okay.
that you can see right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So where you guys are at. Actually, I want you guys to place where you guys are in this general vicinity. Where are you?
What do you think?
Put your initial where you are.
Okay, I'm gonna just steal this so I can read this. I think.
Or-
But by the way, real quick, what are these like are these doors?
That's a gate.
It's a gate,
Gate.
like an iron gate.
Yeah, like an iron gate.
Like, is it climbable?
Sure. Sure,
Alright.
you can climb it. I mean, anything here is climbable.
Yeah, I suppose so.
It's like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
You can climb
You
anything.
can climb anything.
Okay. And then the bad guy, the Pell-Mells are circling or like
Circling
coming
around
in,
you,
like two
Ezzy
here.
is over here. So I'm
Okay.
going to put Ezzy real quick. I'm going to put Ezzy is right here. E-Z.
Cool. So I'm behind you. Ow.
Ow.
I don't know why I did that as my initials. O-B. I'm like peeking out, like on the side.
And where are you
There you
tipping?
Tippin
everywhere.
is probably
It's in here.
Where is it, Tippin?
Tippin is in all of us, really.
yes. Hopefully, we won't have to say that at the end of the session.
In memoriam.
Tippin would be like in between M and Owen. So I'm putting a tiny T right in between there and kind of flitting back and forth.
And Chet is
Oh, yeah.
right
Oh.
here.
Oh, Chet.
So the Pell-Mells, I'm gonna say that they're like, there's like 1, 2, 3 right there, 1, 2, 3 right there, and then there's
so
like
many of them.
1, 2, 1, 2, and those are the ones that you can see right now. So they're like moving up and they're whistling.
So this is a gate.
Yeah, these are gates. These are high iron gates, and this is like a courtyard area right around here. These are tall buildings. They're about 2 stories high.
That's some fantastic whistling you guys have. I thought I was dealing with a dueling club, not a whistling group. Dun, 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 dun,
Stop
dun,
talking.
Fire spell.
Can I
right.
roll? Oh, I wanted to roll a notice. I'm flitting
Roll.
back and
Yeah,
forth.
roll me a
Can I
notice.
notice and see if they're like paying any attention to me specifically as a pixie?
Sure, roll me a notice.
Stop being minuses, okay? That is a 2.
A 2? I'm gonna say, yeah, they don't really care. Like, they're looking at you.
Perfect.
They're not really looking at you. They're looking at Chet.
They're looking at chat.
Yeah.
So this is what I want everyone to do. I dislike Fate's thing where it's like, yeah, your initiative is based on your notice. Screw that.
Oh, thank God.
I want you guys to
My
roll
notice is
just
shit.
1 die.
One die.
Nothing.
That's fine.
Plus.
And minus. Good job,
Okay.
team.
Good job. We've hit
Good job,
everything.
guys. Good job. So that's what it's going to be. It was a plus and minus. Tipping got the plus. Owen got the nothing. And minus was Emily? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to roll for these guys. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to put as he likes. So what it's going to be is pluses will go first, and players get to go first before they get to go. So Tippin, you're up first. What are you going to do?
So these are giant gates, yeah?
These are giant gates. You can obviously fit through them. Like, you can
Yeah.
just fly right through it. If anyone's going to be able to leave, it's going to be you. Like, you
know.
can like
What's
fly-
behind these gates? Like, is
So this is like a courtyard. It's like a muddy patch just over here.
Awesome.
It opens into like a nice open courtyard on the other side. Where
This is a gate,
that's a gate.
so we could theoretically go in here, right?
Theoretically, you
Right
could.
there. Okay, cool.
I
He
take.
flies back and forth, undecided.
Okay. I tell Chet to give me his shoe.
To which
What?
Chet-
Just
He goes, "You want my what?
Can I have your shoe right now?
Which one, left or right?"
Yes. Right.
Both?
Right.
Both? No, right? You want my-
Right.
what?
Yes. Right. Just give it to me. Okay. I
Oh,
fly into the. This is huge compared.
Yeah. You're like,
Cool. I fly into the gate towards the mud.
Okay. All right.
And it
I'm
starts-
going to say that's your turn.
Yeah.
All right. So it's going to be these guys. So there's going to be. I'm going to say it's this group first that rushes you guys. Okay. So okay. They're going to attack. Chet is the one that they're mostly going to attack.
Is he?
So we're going to see how Chet does.
Yeah, let's see how Chet does.
Yeah. Chet turns out to be a freaking master.
That would be awesome.
Come on, Chet.
That is surprising. Okay, so these three right here, they go clack clack, and then they start slinging spells basically, and they're slinging spells, and it's mostly just like darts of force that they're shooting. They're not like shooting any elemental things.
Yeah.
It's just like they look like fists or
Yeah.
like just like balls of energy. that
Magic
they're-
missile.
They're magic missiles basically. And they're throwing it that way, and so Chet's off to the side, and he just puts his arms up, and like a wall of force goes up in front of him.
Yeah, Chet.
And he's got a bracelet, and like his rings are glowing. Like he's got like 3 or 4 rings on, and they're glowing. He's like, how am I doing that? What's going on? So that's what he's doing. That's those 3. Hold on. 3. Okay. But he blocks all of them, and
Chet's a secret superhero.
Secret
Chet the
badass.
Secret
badass.
badass. Fighting Pell-Mells. Secret badass. Okay. So as they're doing that, one of these guys comes around. He shoots a spell at Embalar. So Embalar, I want you to roll to defend.
Just all 4 of them?
All 4 of them.
What was that one? Oh,
That's a
2.
Plus 2.
Plus 2.
Plus 2. It's a fight defense. So so you're rolling a fight basically.
Okay.
It's
yeah.
a fight, but instead of using it as a offensive thing, you're using it as a defensive.
Yeah. So so it's just a plain 2. It doesn't go off of anything.
No, off of your fight, like whatever you use for fighting.
Oh, which would be fire combat magic.
Yeah, you can use fire combat magic.
Oh, that's a 6.
Oh, that's a 6. Okay. So what I want you to do is, how do you deflect and riposte this basically to this guy?
All right. So what was it? What did he send to me? Just the same thing as
So-
another magic missile, essentially.
So basically, like these guys are like shooting stuff at Chet, and as they're shooting stuff at Chet, this guy like pops around the corner and tries to shoot you in the back.
So what I do is I sense it coming. I have my strike. My strike is a staff. So I sense it coming, and in one smooth motion, I catch it with like the back part of my the staff of my strike, and then like you know how like you see people like whip things around their shoulder, like this. I don't know. I can't do it.
But Embalar can.
But Amber,
can.
role playing. So imagine like a badass like flip, and it flips over the shoulder and it catches it and then sends it out and like travels through the strike and then goes right back at him like 3 times stronger.
Oh my gosh.
And then
Okay.
it blows him back into the wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that completely blows him back into the wall, and it takes him out too. Like you knock him back. He hits into the wall. I'm just gonna put a circle there to represent that he is out. And he literally this is like a wood, this is like a stone wall right there.
Yeah.
And he hits the wall and like indents into the wall a little bit. And and crumples to the ground. So that guy's out.
After that happens, I slam my strike back in the ground. Dun 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 dun.
Oh shit! They just do it. They just do it completely by instinct.
Yeah.
And it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to. He took out somebody over here. Is that what Emberlar just did?
No,
No.
the
Oh,
O is the
back
one
here.
he just took out.
Oh, the O is the one he just took out. So I'm going to do like a wave. Like I have a special thing that I sort of made up / taught myself in school where you do like a wave and it goes up into their faces. So it kind of feels like maybe like waterboarding a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Man. Okay.
So it, like-
I love that. Continue.
So it makes them
Wow,
feel like
JJ.
they're drowning and they're really disoriented, but they'll be fine. It just like knocks them completely out of their element.
Okay.
So
And
I'll
into
use,
yours.
and yeah, into mine. All right. That is a 2.
A 2?
2.
Okay. He's going to try to defend. Yeah, that absolutely hits. It's not a, like... It knocks him off balance. Which one did you attack?
The closest one to me, so let's say this one right here.
Around that corner? So basically, do you use your fan?
Yeah.
With it, so you like gather up water and then send it around the corner, basically, as the guy like comes around the corner, and it gets in his face, and he's completely disoriented. And so that guy he's disoriented, but he's not down. He's not down for the count. That's that. So there's one more dude. It's the same guy. The same guy's gonna try and fight you, but I'm gonna say that he. So I want you to roll a fight. So roll your knife fighting, or whatever you're going to use, either your magic or your knife fighting.
Magic is higher.
Okay.
So that's a 4.
A 4. Oh, goodness. Okay. So I'm going to say this is another riposte. So basically, the water splashes in his face, and he looks disoriented, but he continues to come around the corner and like goes through the wave. And he's sputtering and coughing, and but he's got his strikes out, and you see that they're like glowing, and he's not trying to shoot stuff at you. He's actually going to like hit you with them. How do you turn this around and actually hit him instead?
So I can see him coming for me, right? He's disoriented, so I'm gonna say I just step out of the way and grab his arm.
Okay.
And then like if he's coming at me, yeah, I just step out and grab his arm, and then like.
I'm gonna say if you want to kill him, you can kill him. Like, yeah, that's.
Okay, I grab his arm and in the same move, like take his strike from him and then hit him with it.
Nice. So the move is you're going through, you just sidestep, like you said, and you like turn around, take his strike, and you hit him in the back of the skull, and you hear this crack. Ooh. As whether he's dead or not, we don't know. But he is out for the count.
You look distraught in like self-defense. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put X's
That was
on
loud.
circles and X's. Okay, Embalar, it is your turn.
Alrighty. So what I want to do is fire combat magic. I'm going to be rocking that. I'm going to take my strike and literally strike the ground in front of me across the thing like this. And as I do it, I want like a firewall to come up, and then I don't know if this would be a second action, but I'll kind of like do like that, and fire comes up, covers the entire length of the alley, and then like click it forward, like swing it forward so that
To move it.
well, not move the whole thing, but more like spiral out like a tornado down the alleyway.
Nice. So who are you attacking?
Essentially, pretty much just like all of these three, but if I had to focus, it'd be the one in the center.
All right, so focus on that attack on the guy in the middle.
Yeah, and if it happens to hit anybody else, that'd be great.
Awesome.
That's a 1, but I don't care.
Gonna use that reputation.
Don't roll worse.
Yeah. It's the exact. Oh my god.
Oh my
The
God.
exact same.
You gonna do it again?
No, because then I'd only have one left, and you never know if I might need it.
Okay, so it's a 1.
These dice are haunted.
Do you want new dice?
No.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. He does not defend against that. So even though it's a 1, you catch, because these 3 guys are like slinging spells at Chet.
Yeah.
Who's basically now turtling himself. He's like on the ground, having his hands up, and you see that the energy is actually coming out of the rings.
Yeah.
Like he's just basically shielding himself. And you can notice that the shield is actually beginning to like crack.
Oh no! Chet!
But they're completely working on that, and so you send that fire tornado, and it takes out this dude. Pretty hardcore. I'm gonna say that he's, Hold on, sorry, go with that, guys.
I forgot you even have the shoe!
I did too.
This plan is formulating. It's gonna change a little bit. But
So you like basically the fire goes over his legs, and he begins to scream because he then drops to the ground, and he's pretty. I'm gonna say he's out. He's out of this fight because his legs are basically black stubs at this point because they've been burned so bad.
Whoa.
Don't start shit, man. You took Fennell.
So now screams are being added to the cacophony of what's going on. And it's Ezzy. I'm going to say it's Ezzy's turn. Ezzy is basically at the back, and she's not going to do anything but she's going to continue to direct people. Like she whistles, and more of them are like coming over the rooftops towards you guys. Like running across, like chimney sweeps in Mary Poppins.
This is not that happy.
Oh, I'm about to make him as like covered in soot too.
But she's taking her hat off, and she's taking off her coat, and she's like taking out the suspenders and like cracking her knuckles and pulling out her strikes, and she's ready to go in, but she's bringing in people.
Yeah.
So Tippin, it's you.
I'm gonna fill this shoe with mud.
Okay. The shoe is filled with mud.
I'm filling it with mud. I just need the mud closer to me, basically. And I'm placing the shoe on top of here.
Okay.
So shoe.
I'm not even gonna say that you need to roll for that. That's
He has a skill called shoe placing.
yes, shoe placing.
Yeah, I
have you
rolled
ever,
a
Have you ever
4.
seen the guys that they balance rocks on top of each other?
Yeah.
Tippin's great at that.
And you were giving him crap for making that a +4.
And then, where's the closest guy? This guy here?
That guy right there.
Grabbing mud, and I'm going right up to his face and throwing it in his eyes.
All right. So, what would that be? I think you're creating an advantage. So, I want you to. Is there any skills you think that would apply to?
I mean, I'm trying to not get noticed until I'm throwing the mud in his eyes. Stealth?
I'm gonna say.
Athletics?
I'm gonna say. Yeah, it's an athletics. Roll me an athletics.
Okay, that's a 3.
My eyes! My eyes!
Yes!
So you run over and throw mud in his face, and he wasn't even knowing. My eyes! I can't see anything.
Nose punch.
Nose punch. Nice. I'm gonna say that he just takes that damage.
Disorienting nose punch.
Oh!
And I'll go back for more mud.
All right. So that's your turn. So it's I'm gonna say it's 3 more of these guys as they continue to fire at Chet. Man.
Mud in your eyes, step in time. In your eyes, step in.
Chet continues to as he pushes this guy forward after she sees this guy go down. This guy runs forward and joins in, continuing to sling spells down at Chet, who is continuing to put everything up. But as it goes through, he's able to keep his shield up, but it's beginning to crack and fray in places. And I'm going to say that he's being pushed back. So he's moved into this corner. He's trying to he's trying to defend himself. Chet's also crying. at this point. Like he doesn't know what's happening, and he doesn't know what's going on, and so you look over and Chet's like, I don't know what's going on. Oh, just stop it, and he's like, got his hand over his head, and the shield is up, but it's like beginning to fray, and they're like sending spells after spell. In like rapid, Dick Grayson Nightwing.
Oh, nice.
Speed.
Good reference.
As they continue to shoot that down that way. And there's another guy. We're gonna bring this guy forward. He's gonna come right there, and as he comes right there, he is going to try.
Is that the guy I threw mud in his face?
Yes. He's going to, I'm going to say, bring one of these guys forward. Then thank you so much. He's going to come right there. And I'm going to say that he is going to, it's easier just to do that. He's going to attack you, Owen. So you just took down that one guy, and this guy comes around that guy. As that guy goes down, as you crack him in the skull, you turn around. You have a strike now. And you turn around, and another one is coming in with 2 strikes, and he's racing for you to like bring this down and like attack you. I want you to roll a fight.
Which would be
okay. Yeah, it's either. I mean, it's either you're either using magic or you're going to use like or you're going to use your knife fighting. Which do you prefer?
Magic, because it's magic.
Okay.
Oh God. What is this one? Oh, God. It's a 1.
Oh, goodness. Luckily, he rolled a 0. So
I win.
So you defended. I'm going to say that's all you're able to do.
Got it.
So he comes in with his strikes, and how are you defending magically?
Well, so I just pull up like a sheet of ice, like really quick, like freeze it in midair. So like similar to the wave, you just like pull it up, and then it freezes.
Okay, sweet.
As it happens.
So he like brings it down and like it cracks on ice, and as he like tries a different angle, you bring the ice over that way. So it's like you bring the ice up and then take the ice and move it that way. So it's a single wave, and then you move a wave over that way as well to like block there. So that's happening. And it's actually your turn again.
Okay, where's Tippin right now? Where are you?
He's by his shoe, right over here.
So could he hear me if I like?
Yeah, he's right next to you.
Yeah.
Get Chet out of here, is what I yell at you. And then I go over here and put up and then I'm gonna try to shoot each one with like a knife, dagger.
Cool.
What
are these 2 guys?
These 2 guys here. Can I say that I get 2, like 1 for each hand?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna be harder.
Yeah.
But you can do it. Go for it.
Well, okay. So that would be knife fight then, right?
Yeah, that's a knife fight.
That is a 2.
Okay. It doesn't hit them, but it does. That one guy who's like trying to wail on that one guy who's got his. Actually, it's easier for him. It hits that one, but not that one. So it hits one of them, but not the other one. Where does it hit him? Because he's the one with mud in his eyes. He's like, "Where am I going? Where are you? Where are you, mates?" And you.
I'm gonna say I aim for.
As she touches her neck.
Do I want to aim to kill? Is that what we're doing?
Aim to kill.
Okay, I'm gonna aim to
It's
kill.
up to you.
I aim for the throat. I aim for right here.
Okay. I'm gonna say I like that. It does it because it's just so you chuck one and it moves over to the other side, and then you chuck the other one. And he's like, I can't, and it gets him right here, and it goes right through him, and it comes out the back. What do these look like? What do these throwing little daggers look like?
Well, I imagine that they melt.
Oh, they're ice.
So they're ice, yeah, which is like a trademark because you can throw it and then it will stay and then
It'll melt.
It'll melt and there will be no murder
Okay.
weapon. So.
JJ's learning a lot tonight.
So I want to say like.
Do you just have like vials of water?
Yeah,
Like,
maybe it's
tied into your vest, and you just like bring out the water for it?
yeah. But I could
like that.
also yeah. That is pretty cool.
That's real cool.
Or like it's just
Turn
like
into like
a
bullets.
Yeah, like basically.
yeah. Okay, that's yeah. So it could be like lined. Like
Yeah,
actual,
so
like,
it's
like
your vest is lined with
Yeah.
little water vials.
Yeah, cool. Awesome.
So yeah, and you like throw 2 large ones. So it's not like a bunch of like small ones, but it's literally you take out like that long, like ice spikes, and it misses one and cracks on the wall, and then hits that one right in the neck, and he goes down. So that dude is gone. How many are left? 3, 4, 5, 6 are left. So it's another one's turn.
So you're close enough to me where we could like have a private conversation, right?
Well, we'll be
Well, sort of
They would
private,
hear
but
us,
like,
yeah.
hey, so this is what I think. Because if he can get Chet out of here, if we can just get rid of this guy or deter
'Cause There's
him,
still that guy right there and that guy
yeah.
right there.
But like, if he's running out with Chet, there's just one guy over here. Maybe we can take care of that, and Chet will at least be gone, and we don't have to worry
Well,
about
there's also
that.
those people on the rooftops that
Yeah.
could just easily follow him, and then
All right.
I do want to point out that Welcome to Warda is very true. Stage Witcher, Nayati are the most sexually reckless of all the fake races. It's very true.
sexually reckless.
Can I hear this
Yeah,
conversation?
I
as
would
well?
say yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
So one of them is they're just going to continue to sling spells. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And Ezzy is now moving forward. Like she's like, you got to do something. You want to do something right? You got to do it yourself, apparently. She's like moving forward.
Whose turn is it?
Yeah. So is it my
Emmy?
turn? Or is it one of theirs turn?
It is Embellard. It's your turn.
All right. So let me just slide this over. I want to see what's going on. All right. Okay.
But it's not what they think when it comes to blood magic. It's not blood magic.
Do you want to explain that, please?
Yeah, I will very quickly. They're asking about blood magic in the chat.
Okay.
So let me do a word of wisdom real quick. Burn word of wisdom. So blood magic in this world is not like we're not going to unleash the power of our blood and do that. It's an emotional thing, really. It's emotion and psychology. So what happens is there's actually Ifriti. It's very specialized. There's Ifriti who are called blood ragers. No, that's Ifriti.
Oh, you're right. They were asking about it in terms of being like blood bending in Avatar.
Oh yeah, that does
water-based.
that doesn't exist.
Okay, so say that.
So like blood bending, like Avatar blood bending, does not exist. But blood ragers exist. And what blood ragers do, and they're Ifriti, it's a very specialized form of magic. I think every fae, high fae, has a very specialized magic. And blood ragers is an Ifriti one. And what they will do is they can take your blood and help you emotionally. Like they can figure out what your emotions are and what your past is like based on your blood and what your emotional past is. They're like psychiatrists in this world.
All right.
Now, you've had to like take some of them in because it also is. They can also manipulate emotions, and that's bad. That is illegal. The
Magic Cop says no.
yes, magic law says no. There is no emotional magic. I mean, there is, but you can't use it on other people.
Yeah.
And that's where blood magic is.
Okay. So, what I want to do is I want to fall back to around here, and I want to grab this guy by the collar, and I'm going to like grab him and kind of like chuck him through this way, and propel him even further back with a fireball that like trying to like bowl these down like I'm bowling with them.
Sweet. Roll to do that. That's magical fire combat.
So that is a 5.
A 5. That's really good. Let's see. I'm gonna roll for all these guys and see if they're rolling like shit tonight.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm
Also,
gonna say that you do exactly that. Like you do exactly that. So you grab the guy, you spin him around, you throw him, and he goes far.
Yeah.
And then you flip out a fireball, and it hits him in the back and propels him forward. And he bowls through these guys. Not Ezzy though. Ezzy like steps to the side as they bowl through. I'm gonna say you take down all these guys because these guys are pretty simple. I'm gonna say they're all 1, 2, 3, 4.
assist. Can someone hold that? Teamwork.
Makes the dream work.
Yeah.
And it is Tippin. It's your turn.
You guys take Ezzy. I'll watch Chet. I'll keep him safe. But I'm staying with them. I am going to take the whole shoe with me now.
Good. We're getting serious now.
Wanted-
All right.
I wanted a better way to carry this mud than just my hands.
It's a mud receptacle, a mud reservoir.
I'm going to fly over him. Have they noticed me at this point going back and forth to a shoe? Is this just the only guy?
That's
That's the only guy there. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna whack him in the face with this part of the shoe.
with the shoe. Okay. I'm gonna say that roll for me.
Okay. What am I rolling?
Yeah, sorry.
Exactly. Is it athletics again, or is it?
Either athletics or giant killer.
Cool. Gonna be giant killer. That is a 3.
A 3. Sweet. I'm gonna say. Okay. Yeah. This guy is actually keeping a field up. Mm-hmm. So he's using. He's not in the fight because he has a field, a magic field that blocks off this part right here.
Okay.
And so he's not paying attention to you as he turns around, and there's this pixie with this big shoe full of mud that wham just gets him in the face with it, and he also goes down.
Excellent.
He even does like the whole wushu movie like triple spin as he goes down like wait spin down. So he's done, and as that happens, the field drops and sound comes through to where you now you hear sound on the outside. You didn't notice it before
They
until
blocked
right
the
now that there
sound
is
off, so-
where they cut off the sound.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And as you are doing that, as you drop that guy, you look up and there's another alley right here. There's another building. It's a smaller alley, but it goes out to the street. And you see that there is somebody running towards you, like sprinting towards you.
Better be Dove.
Is it Dove?
No, it is not Dove.
What do they look like?
It is a full-blood Nayati.
No.
It is the most beautiful Nayati man you have ever seen.
Oh no, it's gonna be Lutato, isn't it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. You've seen pictures of Lutato. He's got a big blue beard.
Okay, it's not Lutato.
Okay. Well, give me a second.
He has a son.
I don't know who this person is.
Give me a
The
second.
most beautiful Nayati.
He is the most beautiful. As he's running, it's like you look up and there's immediately light streams where he is, and he's got perftly like coiffed hair, and it's like messed up, but in like
photogenic
Just
Nayati.
so.
and he's got a chiseled featured face, square jaw. He's incredibly V'd. He's wearing an immaculate suit, and he's like taking off a tie, and like dropping the coat as
Superman.
as he's like coming towards you. And that's happening. Hold on. Hold on.
Incidentally, that gave Tippin an idea.
Always does. Always does.
Tippin's full of ideas.
This one's one of his darker, more violent ideas, but
I'm gonna strangle someone with that tire.
Alexis Cohen says Faye watch.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Hold on.
Holding.
The song is important. I promise.
I totally
Hold for
believe
music.
that. Hold, please.
Hold, please. Thank you.
Hold for orchestra.
Hold on.
oh, there's an ad. That's
It's an ad.
not
It's
the
an ad.
music.
Oh.
That's what I hate about this.
I've always wanted to run in slow-mo to something like
I
this.
actually have a tie on my mic on it, but
And like he like shakes his hair out as he's going.
oh god, yes.
And as he rounds the corner around you, he pulls out like and a staff like materializes in his hands, and he's like flipping it around as he like flips over you and comes into the like you like watch him as he like lands and then you didn't as you're sitting there. He lays into fairy Pell-Mells that had begun to move around you, that had come from this way. And he just lands in the middle and begins to like move around them and kick the trash out of them as he like does that. So that's happening here. We're gonna put him right
Never
there.
fear.
Can I grab his tie that he threw off?
Sure.
Cool. I'm gonna just take
Souvenir.
that for myself for some future stuff.
So
What?
Like close?
No, you didn't say
No,
that
for
like
this
that.
fight.
You said that like really sketchy. Like, I'm just gonna put this in my special collection.
Not like that.
Okay,
Tippin is full on fight mode.
good. You didn't say like that. This will be my new blanket.
I mean, it's probably big enough.
It's true.
yeah, he starts laying into these guys and starts taking them down like one by one. In this fluid motion where he takes his staff and he knocks one in the face and then grabs that guy and continues the momentum around him and knocks it into another guy and then grabs that guy and like knees him in the face and then brings down the staff on him. It's all in this beautiful fluid motion as he takes on 5 of these guys at once. And that's him. So Owen, it's your turn.
Do I see all of this as well?
No, this is around the corner.
Okay, so I don't really see this. I'm gonna go.
Did you hear the music?
Do you hear that? I
was like,
thought
what
I
was
heard
that?
something. Never mind.
Oh, well.
I'm gonna go. Oh man. Ezzy's still coming our way, huh?
Ezzy is now walking slowly down the alley, and she takes out her rod strike and puts it on the wall, and it begins to spark like a match as she's walking.
She would do that.
Walking towards you guys.
Not
Can
impressed.
can I shoot some water and like freeze her
Sure.
strike to the wall?
Roll to do that.
Come on. What is it? It is a 3.
Nice. So you shoot ice at her, and this I imagine that it's just really cold water until it gets in, then it
Yeah.
becomes ice. As it's getting closer, she literally takes the rod strike and smacks it out of the air, and it splits it in 2, and literally the ice forms around her as she begins to move faster towards you.
Whoops.
Those guys are doing that. And Embalar, it's your turn.
As he's now barreling closer to us,
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
she's
alright.
barreling towards you. I'm going to say that
Might be angry now.
I'm angry.
More angry.
I'm just as angry. I'm about
That's
to
right. You guys do
I'm gonna
the
put
thing.
this girl through the wall. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to just go like I'm just gonna get in close and coat my hand when I have my strike, coat my hand in flame, and then just like punch her.
Try to punch her.
Just straight up, just like punch
so yeah,
her.
that's fire combat. Go with the fire combat.
Don't do that again.
Roll again. Roll that one.
It's not terrible.
So that's a 2.
Okay, so you bring this fire fist at her, and she's able to deflect it with the rod strike.
Yeah.
But as she deflects it with the rod strike, so it's that way. She deflects with the rod strike, changes hands, and like goes to punch you.
Yeah.
And you're able to like grab her wrist, and so the two of you are like going back and forth and like blocking.
Yeah.
So there's this martial arts battle with, and as it's going around, there's like a flash of light as she tries to do a spell, and you like block it with fire, and it's this back and forth between the two of you.
Yeah. By the
Tippin.
way, I can't remember what race is she? She's fairy.
She's fairy.
She's fairy. Okay.
She's a red-haired fairy.
Okay. So does she use like any specific elemental magic?
No,
No. Okay.
it's just like all force magic.
Okay.
Tippin, your turn. As you,
Ezzy and M are here.
Yes.
and King-
this is Ezzy and Emberlar are right across. Owen is right behind Emberlar.
Are they in the middle of the alley? Are they like closer to the gate? Are
They're in the
they
middle.
closer to
They're
the
right
wall?
in the middle of it.
Okay. Cool. Tippin's gonna take his tie. He's gonna fly through the gates over here, and he wants to kind of get behind Ezzy. And how much are their feet moving? Are they like walking and kicking a lot?
They're walking and kicking and doing the whole wushu game is happening right now.
Like smacking her with my strike. She's smacking me, but we're like.
Yeah, but she's like, it's like you hear the clack of them like
Yeah.
block each other's strikes, and then like as like someone gets a hit in. And,
Yeah.
But it's not enough that they're doing a whole lot of damage to each other. They're hitting each other hit for hit.
Okay.
Tippin sits there back and forth with the tie,
Who
doesn't
do I help? Who do I help?
I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do this. What is moving less, her feet or her neck?
her neck is moving.
Cool.
less.
I mean, like, she's not like.
Well, I guess she is. I mean, it's very hard. Like,
know.
They're in this weave. They're in
All
this-
right, decision. Going for the neck. Going for feet. Okay, feet. I'm going to try and tie this around her feet. What am I using?
I'm gonna use athletics.
Athletics. Oh, that's a 0. Take this.
Sure.
Take that. Okay, that's better-ish. That is a 2.
2.
Don't laugh like that. That means bad things.
Oh,
saw the roll.
my God.
no, I'm gonna get stepped on.
That's a perfect.
I'm gonna get stepped on.
You don't get stepped on. You went for her what? Her
feet?
Her feet. So you go for her
no.
feet. You
kicked.
move in between her feet, trying to get to her, and she hacky sack kicks you, like back forth. She blocks Emberlar. Hacky sack kicks you, and you go into a wall.
Oh no.
And you're pretty hurt.
Okay.
Like,
Do I see this?
do you see it?
Yeah, do I see it?
You can
Like,
say
do I see it that it happens?
Yeah, you can totally
okay, I
see if you see it or not.
Yeah, I see it.
that she hits you and you're pretty hurt. I want you to tell me what's broken.
No!
I'd say at least a couple ribs.
Okay. I'm gonna say your ribs. Oh, and I also roll a luck as well. Okay.
Take that. I'm
No,
not
there's
breaking.
there's no redos with luck. That's just the fickle hand of fate.
luck.
No, this is bad. Oh,
Okay.
Oh no!
die here, guys.
So chat.
Lose a wing.
So
What?
No.
Tippin
No.
is badly hurt. I have decided he's broken 2 major things.
They're all saying wings.
No, you guys are awful.
We're gonna get. If there's one more lose a wing.
No, please don't do it.
Do it. Arm, not wing.
Okay,
Arm, not wing. I got it. Does it cancel one out?
Okay, no wing. If there's one no more. Okay, no wing. If there's one more wing. Oh,
No,
that's.
it's the
Wait,
same one.
not the wings. That was like same time.
No wing.
No, not wing. No,
Those
no
are
wing.
Two more
No,
for no
okay,
wing.
okay. So it's not the wing. It's not the wing. It's not the wing.
Oh my god.
So you don't break a wing, but you do break your leg.
Okay.
And
Ow.
and we're gonna say your arm, but your ribs as well. Like so,
Okay.
it's your ribs,
arm, and
that
leg.
entire side where she kicked you,
Oh.
all is
Oh god.
just all cracked,
No.
and you like hit the wall, and now you're this crumpled little dragonfly, on the ground, like in the mud. So that's happening. So that's Tippin. So the Nayati on the other side here continues to fight in this beautiful display. He like jumps up on this wall and like flips over to the other side as these guys like try to like go back and forth, and he continues to fight them like in the face over there.
Yeah.
Owen, I'm gonna say you see him now. You see him in this brilliant, like leaping like a fish arc, like an
Free
orca,
Willy, like Free Willy.
like an orca rising out of the deep. He leaps, and there's a water trail that sparkles in the sunlight as he leaps over the side and lands next to you. He looks up at you and goes, "Hey," and continues to and races over to Chet.
Do I know this man?
I want you to roll a luck and see if you know him.
Bad luck.
Yes,
Oh, I still
you do know him.
Oh, knowing him is bad luck.
You know him because you two had a thing,
Oh no!
and
He's a superhero?
and it did not go well. This is Sandir Chundali.
Sandir Chundali.
So Sandir Chundali is
Of the Chun-
of the Chundali School of Staves.
Oh.
Sandir Chundali is the best stave strike fighter in the entire city. His father is Rath Chundali. They run the Chundali School of Staves. They're an ancient family. They were the honor guard for House Serene 5,000 years ago. That's how old their family is.
Damn.
And he is. Oh yeah, please.
Oh, wait, can you move it over a little bit?
Please, yeah, move it this
the
way.
left?
That is Sandir Chundali.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Owen, you had a thing, and that's why it's a bad. Like
And
he
it
let.
ended poorly.
It ended very poorly. And so he lands, looking, goes, "Hi, Owen," and then he like goes over and continues to fight over there. But he runs over to Chet. That's what he does.
Do I know if she had a thing with him?
Roll luck.
Of course.
Tell me how you know. How do you know?
Oh my god, yes. Okay, so, we all went to school together.
Okay.
And I introduced him to her, or I introduced you to, because me and him were friends.
Okay.
We were like in the dueling club together at school, and so me and him were really good friends. And me and him were tight afterwards, and it was really interesting. So we're old good friends. But
So are you guys still friends?
Yeah, but yes.
How many years has it been since you guys were in school? Been like a
A
decade?
while.
A while, yeah, because
Like 20 years?
No,
10, 20
like
years?
let's say like maybe like 8.
Okay.
really, because
So-
I thought when we were like in our like We were
You're like teenagers in
Yeah.
school.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like going to Hogwarts.
I was thinking like 20 years or something like that.
Oh my gosh, there's so many. How old are we? I thought we
thought
were
we-
younger
You
than
guys are
that.
You guys are like 50.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We were like
But
40s or
you're-
50s.
But the equivalent in like human years is you guys are like 20, 21.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that's
Okay.
the maturity level you're at.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like actual like in-world age.
So it's been a long time.
Yeah, so in-world age times, it was probably like 30, 20,
That
30
has
years.
no meaning for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what, let's say it. I was still friends with him afterwards. We kept in touch, but you were my friend first, so I obviously
So
sided.
we were like, yeah,
We
but
still
you
stayed
like,
friends.
and I feel like you knew that it irritated me, so you stayed friends with him anyway. 'Cause
Oh,
you were
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Oh yeah, same
And then
deer, and I
I
was just
still-
hanging out, and I'm like, why are you hanging out with him?
So he
still?
he lands and goes, Owen, and he like turns around and goes, Embla!
As I'm fighting Ezzy, Sandir, my man! Sandir, my man!
Oh god.
So he rushes. He's like, oh, we're all getting back together again. It's like a school reunion. And like another guy comes up, he's like, bam, and hits that guy. And he rushes over to Chet, and Chet is like he like reaches like, come, my friend. He like reaches out to Chet, and Chet's like, okay. And he like takes him by the hand, and he like he picks up Chet, and then lifts Chet and puts him on his shoulder. He goes, come, we go this way, and he like turns around and starts racing out that way.
Yeah.
He begins fighting his way through other Pell-Mells as they're like trying to get to him. No one can lay a hand on him.
Sandir, kagging to Nolly.
Okay, so that's Sandir. Owen, your turn.
I go and pick up Tippin.
Okay,
So
Tippin.
I just pick
Poor
him
little
up
broken Tippin.
out of the mud.
Oh
and put him in
man!
my
Oh,
pocket.
oh! Did you guys see that? Did you see what she did? Please, please show everyone what you did.
I picked him up out of the mud,
Oh,
put him in my pocket.
In my days, because I'm in terrible pain and I'm guessing not completely conscious, I'd probably say something like, Remy.
Oh.
Do I know who that is?
You don't know who Remy is, but I would definitely whisper that to you.
Shush you.
Um,
Hang in there, Tippin. Hang in there, friend. And I have you in my pocket now.
Okay.
I don't feel like I can fight anymore. Well, maybe like I can, because there's nobody else. Well, I try to shoot a bullet at Ezzy.
And as he
Well,
rolled,
like, yeah. That's a 2.
2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that
I
there's.
don't aim for the kill though. I just aim to
No,
like.
yeah. Oh, you get her.
Yes.
She does?
So you're fighting. Embelar's fighting her, and back and forth, and there's even a moment where she's about to like land a blow on you,
Yeah.
and you chuck it, and it basically goes through her arm. So it's like it goes
Advantage.
That's what I was
right
thinking.
through the radials in her arm.
Yeah.
So it shoots right through and sticks out, and she's like, ah! And looks over at you and just like shoots daggers at you. Roll to attack.
Alrighty, yeah, immediately. I want to put this girl through the cagging wall.
All right, go for it. I'm gonna say this is your last fight, your last moves.
What was that? Yeah, so that's a 5 fire combat magic.
Okay.
Oh! Yes!
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
How do you
That's
take her out of this fight?
So
I'm not
she-
gonna say you can kill her, but how do you take
Yeah,
her out
so
of the fight?
the thing comes through her with her right arm, and when she looks at her, I channel my inner fire. That's what she did to Tippin, and what she's wanting to do to you, and what she did to Fennell, and I'm gonna just, I'm gonna take my strike, I'm gonna just toss it, I don't need it anymore. I just drop it on the ground, grab her by the collar, and then shoot cover my hands in flame, and then just push her, have the one hand by the collar, one hand in flame, and just grab her by the face and just slam her right into the wall.
Ooh, my
Intense.
goodness. Yeah, she goes limp. Like you grab her face and she screams, and you can hear the sizzle of her skin as you grab her face, and then you slam her into the wall, and she goes limp, and you drop her in a heap. And you look over and Sander's like, "We go now, let's go!"
I'm just,
Come, my friends!
and then I use like a soccer ball. I use my foot to kick my strike up off the ground and catch it. And then I was like, that was for Fennell.
Oh, nice! And you guys race out this way into the street and away from into a crowd because
Yeah.
It's like isn't the middle? It's later in the day, right? It's like 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
I was thinking like
Yeah,
It's
because
like
we went
almost-
to the shop and then now we're going to the magic hour.
Yeah, so you're on your way. So you run into a busy street, like a rush hour type street,
Yeah.
and with
dire goats everywhere.
Dire goats everywhere. Chet's over Sandir's shoulder, and you guys rush into the crowd. And I think that's a great place to take a break.
Ooh, that is a good break.
It's a good fight.
That was a good fight. Oh my gosh. Yes.
So we're gonna take a 5. We're gonna come back, and Allie, do you want to jump in?
Yeah.
All right.
Hi, everybody. It's Allie. Drew and I did a little switcheroo here, and he is now in the chat as Welcome to Warda, and I am now on the other side of the table. Hello. You guys have been fantastic so far. Thank you, everybody who has been shouting it out on their social media to get more people in the chat. Thank you to everybody who's shouting out delightful exclamations of feeling and surprise and excitement in general. So we're happy to have you all here. Really, really happy to have you all here. And we're very, very grateful. So thank you for being a part of everything and helping us to continue building and living in the world of Warda. Usually at this point in the game, for those of you who are new, we take a little break. The players get to like compose themselves and possibly run to the potty. We get to have a chance to talk to you a little bit about what's going on, who we are, what's going on with us, and answer some questions, some live Q&A questions in the chat. First, I want to say thank you to everybody who contributed and helped us get to 100 followers on Twitter. We're now at like 106 or something like that. So thank you. Keep sharing the news and telling people that you think might be interested in this fantasy world that we're building and the gaming that we're creating. We want to keep building stuff. We want to keep making more things. I mentioned in the chat earlier that our plans are to continue developing Warda as a powered by the apocalypse setting for a game. Currently, we're playing with Fate-ish rules, but it's very loosey-goosey. And we're excited about revamping it for Powered by the Apocalypse because it's going to be more structured, but way more freedom. And it's very exciting. So we're working on that right now behind the scenes, me and Drew. And we're hoping in a few months here to throw up a Kickstarter here for you guys to help us raise the money to publish it, produce it, and allow you guys to play your own Warda games out in the world on yourselves and your friends. It's very exciting. So stay tuned for that. And if you want to help us get there, jump in the Patreon, patreon.com/whimsyartifice. Keep signing in Tuesday nights, 7:30 Central Time here at One Shot Twitch channel so that we can continue to build stuff with you. Okay, we did have some questions sent to us this week by Alexis Cohen-Penna, who is in the chat tonight. And she had some lovely questions for us. So we're going to answer those really quick, and then I'll take a look at the chat and see what's going on. First of all, though, I want to say, yes, Death Star dances. The bathroom and the bathroom light at the Pocket Dimension is, in fact, broken. So we are all peeing in the dark tonight. Take that as you will.
I used my phone light.
Frank says he used the flashlight on his phone, so we're okay. Let's see. So Alexis sent us some questions, and she wanted to know, do citizens of Warda enjoy Victorian penny dreadfuls and the short one-act horror and gore plays that were also popular in that time period? And if so, are they considered strictly lowbrow, or do the higher-ups secretly enjoy them too? And we answered the penny dreadful short fiction or theatrical experience is very popular, but the genres are varied. Adventure stories are by far the most popular, followed by romance and horror. All walks of life enjoy the short fiction and theater, as radio has not yet been invented, but the gramophone has been invented, and people are enjoying their music from the finest symphonies in their very own homes. She also wanted to know about vaudeville, if vaudeville was a thing, since we've established that opera's a thing, because that's where we were. The first game was at the Trevelyan incumbent Memorial Opera House in the 5th ward, one of the two. Vaudeville is a thing. All types of theater are represented in Warda. The Fae love theater. They love opera, operettas, plays, musicals, and an evening at the theater is a fine night out for anybody. Other fun activities include dancing halls, restaurants, dueling club exhibitions, sports teams, and other physical competitions. Her last question was, do female Ifriti have horns? And if so, are they usually smaller than male Ifriti horns, or does horn size just vary based on general genetic strain and not gender? The answer to that is female Ifriti do have horns. The size and variation are more based on genetics than they are based on gender. A female Ifriti can have large ram-like horns, while a male Ifriti might have a smaller horn like a unicorn. It doesn't really matter about gender. Gender is extremely fluid for the Fae anyway, so it's just not as important biologically, which interesting to think about.
What did you just say?
The rule is what?
What did you just say?
I just said it was. I said that the Fae were gender fluid.
Oh, nice.
Many of them are gender
They
fluid.
just asked that question.
Oh, really?
Wait, it's going to come up here in a second.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Rourke says, if this is something you want to, trans characters in Warda who experience magic would make that experience different than in real life. What is the culture surrounding gender in general? Yeah, good timing, Rourke. Very nice. A lot of the Fae, like,
They can't glamour themselves.
they can't glamour themselves to become something they aren't, but many of them are not strictly one or the other.
They don't care.
They don't care. They really
I mean,
like gender.
Biologically, they are.
Biologically, they are something, but it really doesn't matter sociologically, and it doesn't matter what they identify as far as like what their rights are or what their abilities are, like, and as far as like legal marriages and stuff like that, it really doesn't matter at all what gender anybody is. Like,
Imagine if you marry a human.
what's?
It's the human thing. You can't marry.
Oh yeah, the really important thing here is you can't marry a human.
If you can't.
You can't technically marry a human if a Fae chooses to take a human as their husband or wife or spouse. It's not a full marriage. They're called half-wives or half-husbands. They're not technically legally married, but they can devote their lives to each other for a long period of time.
Read Amara's story.
There's a short story that Drew wrote actually called A Season for Growing, and it's on the blog at welcometowarda.com, and it's about a young woman who's a half-gene Sylvani coming of age, and it's about her family life, which is very complicated. Her father's a full-blood Sylvani and comes from a long line of full-blood Sylvani, and her mother is a human, and they're not technically married, even though they live together and they share a home and they're raising their daughter together. So it's complicated, but also not. Enjoy that. But yeah, so to answer the question for Alexis, female Afridi do have horns. The size, shape, color, all of that of the horns of any of the Afridi isn't based on gender at all. It's based on genetics. So that was kind of a lot. We hit some pretty big stuff there. So yeah. Thank you guys again for being here. We're super excited that you guys are super excited about Warda and about everything. Warda does not have an Instagram, but we are on Instagram. Drew is at Drew Jetski, and I'm at Dreams to Become. And then we have a joint account that's at Whimsy Artifice, but we haven't really done anything with it yet. It's a lot of social media for two of us to cover, and by two of us, I mean one of us, because I mostly do the social media. That's just what happens. I'm not mad. We just that's just what happens. I do most of the social media. It's okay. We're getting there. We're figuring it out. It's a lot of talking. Hey guys, how's it going? Jordan wants you to put those in the chat, Drew. Put our Instagram handles in the chat, please. Just at Dreams to Become, and yours is at Drew Jetski. I post a lot of Disney stuff. I hope you won't be offended by that. My Instagram is primarily dedicated to Disney, so. Sorry. Okay, so I think we're going to get started here in just a minute. If you have questions, if you have comments or concerns or desires and dreams and fanfics and fan arts, you can send them to welcometowarda@gmail.com, and we would love to talk about them with you. We'd love to look at them with you, and we would love to have you continue to be a part of our world. So thank you for being here. It is the musical night. We just keep dropping these musical one-liners all over the place. Frank started singing Little Mermaid when I said that. So I think we're going to get started here in a minute. Yeah. So hang on. Hang in there. Don't go away. Tell your friends to get in the chat now because there's so much coming. Okay. Welcome back, guys. Are you ready?
Kinda.
Ready.
Yes. Let's do this.
You guys have been through a lot already. This has
Yeah.
been insane, right? Poor Tippin.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
He's completely worn out. So Sandir leads you guys into the crowd. People like part around him without even looking up from whatever they're doing. It's just like it's like magic. And as he's leading the way here, he appears to be looking for somewhere to go that you guys can like get off the street and reorient yourselves. But the magic hour is pretty close. But he's not aware that that's where you guys are going. So are you guys? What do you guys do?
Top
As Sandir's leading the way.
priority. That's what I say. We need to heal. We need to get Tippin to a healer right now.
Who's Tippin? Says Sandir.
Tippin is the pixie that resides in my home.
Ah, you keep pixies now, Owen.
He stays with me, yes. He stays in my home. We're friends. And I need to get him healed. So there's a healer that he knows. Tippin, what's his name? And I whisper into my vest.
Oh,
Listen.
Wilfred Cullum.
Wilfred Cullum. How do we find this person?
I've never heard of him.
Neither have I.
Well,
Well, the first part, yes, we need to do that, but we need to get off the street just in case they follow us, and then then we can immediately take Tippin to somewhere to get healed.
it's a fair point.
So, let's go.
All right. So Sandir leads you guys around the corner. There's like a small cafe. It's not very busy this time of day. It's later, right? It's later in the afternoon. It's almost evening.
Yeah.
It's not very busy. So he holds the door open for all of you with his vast arm.
Vast, muscly arm.
It is so good to see you, Emberlar.
I go, boom, like one of those where like it clasps the shoulder.
It's like loud
Oh,
too.
yes,
Yeah.
it pops.
Yeah.
I push through your arms and
Yeah.
go up to the counter and get some napkins for Tippin.
Are you gonna like dip it in
Burrito
water?
him? You gonna
Yeah,
burrito him?
I'm gonna take him. I
Like
go
a
sit at
bat?
a table and
Yes.
like I take him out and put him on the napkin and fold him up, and then like have him put him back. Oh wait. While he's out, do you know where this person is that you can tell me?
Wilfred Cullum?
Cullum. Are you talking to me as well, or is it
Yeah.
just? Oh, okay.
I like elbow you.
It's
You're
like
like over my shoulder. I elbow you a
Really
little bit.
disoriented right now. Like he's in a lot of pain, I would assume. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can he? Would he?
Sandir is
awake?
awkwardly standing nearby with like Chet slung over his shoulder.
Yeah.
So ridiculous.
Waiting.
So are you awake? Would you be awake?
I'm like, I feel like he'd be like
He's
halfway
like in
between.
and out. Yeah.
Like he keeps referring to you as Remy.
Oh god. So you can't really tell me where this person lives?
He can tell you the name about.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I would leave that up to Allie. Like, would I be able to register
mean,
like an area?
I think you're just like you're barely there right now.
Yeah,
She
that's what I
hacky sacked you
figured.
real hard. But you guys are now off the street. It's quieter in here. There's a couple of patrons in the shop.
I might as well. I have a context. Can I roll a context?
Yeah,
Yeah,
roll a
just to see-
context.
See if I do know where he might be.
Yep.
That's
have you
a
got?
4.
Yeah, you've heard of this guy.
Yeah.
It's like really rare that anyone would know who this guy is. Like you
Yeah.
guys dealt with an issue. There was something that happened like on his street where his workshop is, and so you've seen him before, and you've heard his name. He's a little eccentric.
Yeah.
You know, he's an older brownie. He used to run this clock workshop, and he still does technically, but he's also like a pixie doctor.
Yeah.
Or he fancies himself to be a pixie doctor, which is not a thing because when your pixie's broken, you throw it away and you get a new one. That's what everybody does. So you've been on his street before. You know where the shop is. It's not too far.
Yeah. Oh, he's not too far?
No.
Okay, then immediately you're like, all right, wait, I know a Fred Cullum, probably Alfred Cullum. Yeah, his shop's right up the street.
Let's go right now.
Let's go.
You meant well.
So you guys duck back out into the
sorry.
street. Are you leading the way now?
Yeah, because now I know where it's going.
So
where we're going.
Emberlar leads the way. Sendier's following with Chet on his shoulder. Is Chet unconscious? Did you guys knock Chet out? Or am I just carrying him?
I think he's
He is apparently enjoying the
I
view of
Strain from the
Santir's
magic.
Yeah. He strained himself pretty hard.
Yeah, Sendier's like out. Or Sendier's carrying Chet. Chet's out. He's just like, he's had too much. So you head down the street. You take like a left and then a right and then another left. And then you like kind of double back on another left down an alleyway.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of like smaller houses on this alleyway on the back side of the street. So they're not like people-sized buildings. They're smaller. They look almost fake if you'd never been in a neighborhood like this before.
Yeah.
But they're very obviously brownie houses. There's like a brownie neighborhood down this block, which is just the alleyway to the bigger houses.
Yeah.
And so you guys head down this street, and there is like what looks like a clockmaker's shop. There's like a big cuckoo clock at the top of the arch on the building, and that's where his workshop is.
Is this a house we fit into? Or is this a
So,
shop?
I mean, it's kind of like Yoda's house.
So we could like.
Where like
squeeze
you
in.
could go in, like Sandir probably won't fit.
Yeah, no.
He's not gonna fit.
Sandier's
But
not
like
gonna
you
fit.
guys could probably make it work.
Okay.
I mean, at the very least, if you knock, he might
Yeah.
come out and talk to
Yeah.
Okay, I go up to the door and knock on the door.
you.
Or wait, have we not found the one house yet? Like the exact one it is.
Well, the clockmaker house, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
right,
you can
right, we
see
did.
that
Okay,
you can
cool,
see
cool,
that
cool.
it's decorated
Okay,
like
so
a
yeah,
clock
then I
house.
just go up and knock on the door.
Pixie
So you
fixie.
knock on the door,
Yes.
and there's like a rustling from inside the house, and then like a clattering like teacups, and somebody is talking to someone else very quickly and very quietly, and then like there's little steps, and then the door like creaks open a little bit, and there's this old brownie there, and he's got like whiskeries like from his sideburns that sweep back over his ears, which are very round and very soft brown furry kind of ears. And his kind of balding up top, and he's very round and small, and his face reminds you of like a mouse. Like a little, he's got like kind of a mousy kind of nose, and
No whiskers.
his little teeny whiskers here. He's got spectacles on and like a work apron on, and he's got like a newspaper under one arm, a small newspaper under one arm, and he says, "Can I help you?
Wilfred Cullum?
Who may I ask is calling?"
My name is Imbalar Ardeo.
Yes.
We have a pixie, a friend of ours who is injured. Can you please?
He's injured really badly, and
Oh.
you're supposed to be a pixie healer.
Yes, of course, yes. Hold on just a moment. And then he like shuts the door, and then you hear all these locks undoing like all the way down the door, like things sliding and clicking and buzzing and ringing. And then the door opens, and there he is. There's Wilfred Cullum, and he's got his brown apron on, and he flings the newspaper off to one side. He says, "Come in."
Go in. Yeah. I pull Tippin out and like set him on a table that's nearby, like push some stuff out of the way, and set him on a table.
Oh my. What happened here? What happened here? And he like brings a little lamp over, and he's examining him.
He was kicked into a
He
wall.
kicked into a wall.
He was kicked into a wall. Someone kicked him.
I don't understand. Who is this?
Who is this? His name is Tippin. He's a pixie.
And who are you?
He lives in my house.
He lives in your house.
Indeed, and I would like him to be better.
Ah, yes. Well, so would I.
That's good to hear.
And how long ago was this?
Like,
Fairly recent, yeah.
10 minutes
10
ago?
minutes ago.
Ah, I see. Well, it was very lucky that you were very close.
Yes.
Yes, very lucky. Fighting in the streets?
A little.
A little.
He's a cop.
Ah,
Yes, we were attacked.
That's
I
what
see.
it was.
I see. Well, anything to help them, anything to help him, and the wardens, of course, do a very, very good job in the city. So of course, happy to help. And he like takes out this like little like doctory toolkit. They're all very small objects, and like he like lays Tippin out and like relaxes his little arms and his legs and like kind of just like unfolds him so that he can see what's going on. And he like just like really, you know, like really delicately like taps his little reflexes and like tries to see like where it all is. And he's very bruised on this side. Might have a broken rib. Or 4. They're very small, so it's hard to tell where
Tippin,
one
you
is.
brave fool.
You brave.
You
So then he sets about like puttering with his little tools and like making Tippin more comfortable. And then he like goes off into the other room for a moment, and then he comes back with a tea kettle, which is steaming, a bowl, 2 spoons, and like a little ceramic pot of something. And he sets them all up on the table, and he pours some of the hot water into the bowl. And he puts some, he like opens the little scooper ceramic thing, and he like scoops some stuff into the water really fast, and then stirs it really fast with like one of the spoons. It's actually both spoons back to back. He like whisks it, and then he like sets everything aside, and then he takes one of the spoons and he like ladles some of it into Tippin's mouth very, very carefully. And at first Tippin doesn't take it, but then he like kind of relaxes. You can see his whole body kind of start to relax. And then he continues to ladle stuff over Tippin, but he's not pouring it into his mouth anymore. It's like disintegrating in the air over Tippin in like this kind of like golden fog, this like really faint little golden fog. And he does this for a while, and then he like sets that down, and he like moves Tippin's little arms out of the way and like begins to like just like not like kneading dough, but like shaping the cookie.
Yeah.
He's just like reshapes it, like he's like,
Yeah.
not like packing the dirt in, but like he's like the dough is there, and he's used the cookie cutter, and now he's just like softening the edges.
Yeah, shaping
And
it.
he's just doing that for a while.
How's
Well,
it going?
sit down, please. Sit down.
Okay.
So
Like,
he keeps
sit on
going,
a
and
small chair.
Yeah.
Sandir's outside, and he like bends over and leans his head through the door. How's it going?
It's going fine. It's going fine.
Everything all right?
It's fine.
Good. Just checking.
God, he's so annoying.
He just helped save us.
I know, and it was so annoying. I thought I heard music, like actual theme music.
I've always thought that around him
I
too.
know. It's so weird.
It's really
I think it's a spell that he does.
Okay, you think he glamours himself?
Yeah.
Well, that's illegal, you know.
I know. You should do something about that. You just let him do it. You just let him do whatever he wants.
It doesn't hurt anyone. The music was actually kind of cool if that's what it was. I thought it was kind of cool.
You would like that, wouldn't you? You'd love your own little theme music. Dun, 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 throwing fireballs and stuff.
Well, if that's what it was, no. That was garbage.
Well,
It'd be more like da-na-na-na-na-na, throwing fireballs.
yeah, that's definitely better.
I want
That's
this to be
definitely
the
better.
part that Tippin remembers.
I was gonna say. Wilfred looks up and goes, I do need quiet.
Oh, sorry.
I do need quiet. Sorry.
Okay, I'll step outside. I'll go outside. Keep playing. Let me know the moment something changes. Let me know the moment something changes.
I will.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
ASMR.
So you go outside.
Can't hear
right?
you anymore.
Yeah.
You go outside.
I'm gonna chat with the unconscious Chet and
Unconscious
Sandir
Chet.
Chundali.
Sandir Chundali. And he's, Emberlar.
Sandir, it's good to see you.
It's very good to see you too, my friend.
Where'd you come from? Your
do you
timing
mean?
was most fortuitous.
My timing is always fortuitous, Emberlar.
That it is. Huh. Except for that one time we trained back in high school, if you remember. Huh.
No, I do not. When was that?
Never mind. I was just messing with it. It never happened. We know it never happened.
Very good.
But I almost got you. That one time I almost did.
Yes, almost.
Almost, not quite.
Not quite.
Anyway, back to the point. Why? Where were you? How did you hear us? Where did someone send you?
Oh, of course.
Who sent you?
Well, there was a pixie that came from Mrs. Stockington, and she said that she had received word from another pixie, whose origins I do not know, that Chet has been missing for several days. You know this.
Yes, he's been with us.
He's been. Oh,
Yes, he's been under our protection.
I see.
Yes,
Well, you are with the wardens. I assume you had a reason for that.
I did. We believe he was being targeted.
Well, I must tell you that Mrs. Stockington has been very upset over the whole ordeal.
Miss Stockington would be very upset.
She would, and she has been. And
Yes.
Tinaway is her first name.
Ah, Lady Tinaway.
She is not pleased with her son's disappearance, so she sent a pixie to me, indicating that Chet was in some kind of trouble, and
Oh, I didn't know.
I found you.
I wasn't aware that your family was friends with the Stockingtons.
Oh, yes, of course. Chet and I go way back, way back to the birthing pool. That far
Ah,
back.
yes, of course. The birthing pool.
I'm gonna say that I'm by the door listening to this entire conversation.
Are you like waiting for them to talk
Just
about
like,
you?
Yeah.
What are they saying? So he's like, well, we go very far back, and I couldn't let anything happen to Chet.
Oh, thank you, my friend. It's been quite an ordeal.
I can imagine you were in with some pretty terrible, annoying people.
Yes, I was. I'm remembering, like, that group kidnapped my partner, and I believe is responsible for the deaths of a string of Fae around the city.
Murders.
Yes, Sendir.
How terrible.
Indeed.
What do we do?
We continue to keep an eye on Chet.
I
follow up
can
any
take care
leads.
of Chet. I can take care of Chet.
I have no doubt about that. I have no doubt. Of course, the perfect person to take care of
course.
Chet would be you, Sendir.
I am the perfect person to take care of Chet. What?
Your voice is just amazing for it. Just, I am indeed.
Yes.
Sorry.
Go on.
Yes.
About how I'm perfect for taking care
Is
of
that,
things.
did you get work done? Your chin looks even more chiseled.
Oh, thank you. Well, as you know, I trained very hard at my father's school.
Yes. Your showing last year at the conference was fantastic.
Oh,
The
thank you.
stakes.
I appreciate that.
Oh, yes.
You know, I've still never been defeated.
I know. I almost qualified for the final round the past years.
Did
but
you?
I think this year might be the year. But
Ha-ha.
we're getting off topic.
I hope so, my friend. I hope so.
Yes.
It's like a crack of lightning,
Yeah.
like thunder. Yeah.
And the steam from the fire and the water just. But yes, no. On topic.
Yes. The murders.
The murders. Someone is targeting Chet. Those people back there, the Pell-Mells, are under the employ of someone who's trying to murder Chet.
Why? Chet's harmless.
For information, he used to be dating a Yashar. I'm sure you've heard of the tragedy.
I have.
Yashar was murdered. Her ingenue murdered. Her Yashira's mom murdered. All of them connected to Yashara. The last remaining person to have any sort of contact is the man slung over your shoulder.
How awful. He must be traumatized.
And more so. In ways you can't imagine.
Do you want to know what hat Sendir Chundali
Currently,
wears? But I love the fact that they just said Sendir doesn't wear one, and that's where Emmy gets it.
That is absolutely accurate.
That's canon. That's canon. Sandir does wear hats on occasion when society calls for it, but for the most part, he doesn't.
Because his hair is just too nice.
It would be a crime to cover his hat. Cover
Also,
his hair.
his brow is so noble, and like the shape of his head is perfect. So why would he put a hat on?
Exactly.
He also doesn't get cold in the winter, so he doesn't need hats.
He doesn't need a hat.
Anyway, so what are you doing, Owen?
I'm just
You
waiting
still listening?
anxiously with Tippin, waiting for him to get better.
As he's shaping the cookie, Wilfred looks up at you. You're very worried about him.
Yeah,
Why?
he's my friend. Oh. Just Just do your job. What are you doing looking at me like that?
Do you know, I have been caring for pixies for nearly, 65 years now. And I have never heard one of you call a pixie their friend.
Well, more of me should.
I agree. I think he's going to be all right. It's just,
Really?
it's those ribs, you know. And he goes back to like ladling the tea or whatever
How
he's
fast
made.
do pixies heal?
Well, their metabolisms are quite quick, and if they have the right care, which he does, it shouldn't take long.
Excellent. Like minutes or hours?
Are you in a hurry?
No, I'm just wondering. I'd prefer him to be better sooner than later.
I think we could give him another couple of minutes and see how he does.
Oh, wow.
I told you, I've been studying them for a long time.
I guess so.
How long have you two been friends?
Wow. Time. How long have we been friends?
I'm about 3 months old.
Right.
You've known me for probably about
2.
2.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've been friends for, in true pixie fashion, about 2 months.
He's still young then.
Yeah, he's pretty young. He's got a lot of time left.
It's a pity.
Well, yeah, it is sad. Let's not talk about it. Jeez.
She's like offended and like stalks back to the window.
Yeah.
Like, so a couple more minutes go by. He works in silence, and then finally he sits back and he's like, "All right, he needs to rest, but in a few more minutes he should come around, I think."
Good.
And Sandir pokes his head in. Good, excellent work, tiny doctor.
Tiny talk.
Yeah. Thank you. I don't know how much do we owe you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Are
You're a friend.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I take him back and wrap him up, burrito him up again.
Burrito.
And
Is he gonna he's gonna be fine? Like he'll be able to fly and everything?
Oh, he might be a little disoriented, and he might find himself not quite strong enough to really fly very far or very fast, not like he's used to, for another couple hours, maybe a day. Mm-hmm. If anything goes wrong, come find me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, for sure. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll let you know. Thank you so much for your time.
Struggle out the door.
Yeah.
Thank you. Calling behind me.
Wave bye.
Well,
Where do we do now? Where do we go? We need to rescue Fennell.
we were supposed to meet Casper and get him to build a Voxbox player for the Voxbox, and I mean, he's probably still waiting there because we haven't told him otherwise.
Where were we supposed to meet him again?
The magic hour. I don't know if it's necessarily safe to go there.
I mean, we can't.
Oh, right.
We've got Sandir. I think we'll be fine. We also have.
I was assuming Sandir had better things to do. Right?
Oh no,
You
of
have
course,
better
I'm here to take care of Chet.
Yeah.
And Chet is the safest around all of us.
Indeed. Although, his mother is very worried.
I posit to you, Sandir. Which would she prefer? Her son back to her, or her son safe?
Safe.
Indeed. If anything, if you take Chet back, you're putting his mother in danger as well.
That's very true.
And you can't spend all of your time there at the house keeping them safe. You have other things to do.
Yes, that's very true. Let us go to the place where you said you were going.
The magic hour, then.
Fist stomp.
Yeah.
Just like Sandir does.
Yeah.
Shake my head.
I mean, he's awesome. Who wouldn't want to be like Sandir?
That's what I'm saying.
He's
So you guys head back to the magic hour?
Yes.
Okay, so Sandir and Emberlar lead the way back to the magic hour. patrons are starting to trickle in as you arrive because it's around sunset now. It's not dark yet, but it's definitely like it's the magic hour outside as well as inside. So you guys head inside?
Yeah.
Okay. You head inside, and it's not nearly as busy as when you first went with Dev a couple nights ago. But there are a good number of people in there. The floor show hasn't started yet. It's just like a band that's playing up on the stage, and everything seems like bright and shiny and ready to go for another night of debauchery.
Can I say that there's like sort of private booths like in the very back, like a row? They're not like actually private, but they're those booths that are kind of pushed in the back, and they're
Yeah. So there's the stage here. I'm gonna do a draw. I should do it over here, right?
Yeah.
Hashtag alley art.
Yeah. So these are like the stairs coming in. These are all tables. This is a bar. This is a bar. This is the stage, and then there's like booth, and there's a second floor mezzanine as well with like opera boxes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the magic hour.
Do we see Casper anywhere?
Yes, Casper here.
You guys roll a notice. Ah.
Explosion. 6.
-1.
Emrelar is very distracted by trying to make himself look really cool now that Sandir's here. Like you're trying to like match his energy and like his posture and everything. Like you're trying to like be on his level.
Like, I'm cool.
Sandir has no idea that you're doing it.
Like, I did some awesome stuff. Like, I fought well. I did some good stuff.
You held your own in that fight.
I did. I did it good.
So, but you see that there's definitely a private booth kind of back in this area on the main floor where there's someone sitting in the booth, looks like an Afridi, but you can't tell right away if it's Casper or not.
Hey, is that Casper?
I have a
Really
negative.
subtle, yeah.
Yeah, but I just pointed it out to you. So.
Oh, yes. Like, oh yeah, there he is. Perfect timing. So, walking over.
So you guys head over. Casper is at this booth with like his back to the rest of the world, and he's got like a spread of tools and like a bunch of gears that he's he's just putzing with these things. He's got like he's a handsome younger Ifriti. He doesn't look like Emberlar, but they're similar build.
Yeah.
Similar height, similar shape.
He's my younger brother, but he's a full gene Afridi.
Yes. So you share the same mother.
Yeah.
And he is...
Does he have the white? He has the white horns of Aphanis. No.
Black.
His
Oh.
horns are black. They're straight, aren't they?
Yeah.
His horns are... Castor has straight black horns.
And his skin is really is dusky, kind of ashy, like almost black.
Yeah, and his skin is really dark gray, very ashy dark gray, almost black, but not quite. And he's got blue eyes. He's a good-looking guy. Does Castor wear a hat? Castor's hat is on the table. It's very rude, but it's because he's tinkering with something at the table. He's not wearing it right now. So he's got kind of his shoulders are squared off against everything, and he's working on some project.
Casper,
M.
you came. Thank you.
Of course I came. You said it was an emergency.
It
I
is.
slide into the booth and pull Tippin out, set him down, wait for him to wake up.
Casper looks at Owen like the sun just rose. And then he like has to compose himself and like,
What are you working on, Casper?
oh, it's nothing. It's really nothing. What's going on?
Warden business. We found a Vox box, and we need it to play. I believe the contents of this are directly related to a string of murders Around Bellwood Park.
But even more interesting, we need you to build this. And I undo the sheet and slide it across the room.
Is this a napkin? What is this?
It's
like small though, right? Like, cause didn't Tippin make it?
Yeah.
Oh, he
So it's
did
like a
make
small
it. Yeah,
piece
so
of
it's
paper.
very
He's like-
small.
Yeah.
It's like you might need a magnifying glass.
Huh. Who gave you this?
Ah, the pixie.
The pixie.
The pixie.
The pixie made this, yeah. He's
All right.
pretty
Okay.
remarkable.
So this should work.
Poke you a little.
I guess I can try, and that's the box.
Yes.
Can I see it? And he picks it up and he holds it and he like runs his fingers over the grooves in it and like kind of analyzes it from every angle, and then he picks up a pen he's got on hand and he like sketches some notes over the ones Tippin made, and like highlights other things with the ink, and he's like, yeah, that should work. I don't know how long this is gonna take, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
I'm sure for you it won't take very long. I believe in you, Casper.
We're gonna
Right, Em?
try.
Absolutely. There's a reason my mom you're her protege in the Mechanica Guild. You've got this.
You're the only person in Amangred who can do this, I think. And the only person I trust.
He like gets really quiet and like looks down at his tools.
Can you have it for us by morning?
I can do it faster than that, he says, and he like starts
Excellent.
picking up the tools and getting to work. So, Drew, I'm gonna roll for that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So give him a +4
Uh-huh.
to it. And if you'd like, you can give him a free reroll because Owen's watching.
Because Owen's here. Yeah. So Drew's giving me instruction. Casper's gonna roll to make the crypto Vox box player is what we're
Yeah.
calling it, because we need more words. The crypto Vox box player. He's gonna make it based on Tippin's design. He gets a +4 because he's a mechanist, right?
Well,
Yeah.
he's a good mechanist.
He's a good mechanist, so he gets a +4. And Drew said that if there's a necessary for a reroll, I can do that because Casper's here and Owen's watching. So we're gonna roll here. Okay. How do I math?
So pluses are +1s.
Blank is
Minuses-
nothing.
Blank is nothing. Minuses are minus
Okay,
ones.
all right.
And if you pluses and minuses cancel each other out.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna reroll. Oh no.
What is
Yeah,
it?
it's a +1 now.
What was it before?
It was a +0 before.
Yeah.
So
Brotherly love. Roll
he's
again.
like he's like working on it, but he's like his hands slip a bunch, and he's like trying to focus, and like he's also trying to decipher Tippin's tiny writing. But you guys,
It's gonna take him long.
it's gonna take him longer than like you guys sitting here right now and doing it.
That's okay.
He's gonna
So-
need to go back to like. I mean, does he have all his tools with him?
He's got like a full
Oh, he's got a
toolkit with
full-
him. Yeah.
Okay, he needs a better space.
Okay. So he's like working on it. His hands are shaking and he's dropping stuff, and he's like, okay, I need more space.
Okay.
More
do
space. More space.
More space. All right, we get out of the booth.
Pick up Tippin.
Does that work?
It may not be, but that's how we
He needs like
interpret
a
it.
workspace.
No, I mean like I need like my workbench or like a
Let's go back.
workbench.
Let's go back to my shop. I have a workbench in the back. That's near here. Is it near here?
Is it near here? The shop, honey? Drew?
Yeah, they're only about 20 minutes away. You can get a taxi.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's immediately head back to the place.
So he
Yeah.
like puts everything back into the kit and like bundles everything up, and you guys head outside, right?
Yeah.
And
Get in a taxi.
flag down a
Yeah.
taxi.
Flag down a taxi. We're probably gonna have to get two because we have
We have a lot of people.
Send-
Sindir and Chet.
he can't fit.
So it's like you, and then Owen, and then Casper, who's like pressed against the wall, trying not to take up too much of Owen's space. And then in the next taxi is
Oh
Chet
my
and
God.
Sandir.
Oh my God! Does Casper know that Chet or that Casper know that Owen used to date?
Oh,
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah.
So they get into these taxis, and as they do, Casper is like flushed because Sandir Chundali is there, and he's very, very, very keenly aware that Owen used to date Sandir Chundali. He's very glad of the fact that Owen broke up with Sandir all those years ago, but he's very aware that that happened, and he'll never forget. Never. So you guys take the taxis. You head over to the Curiosity shop.
Go inside.
Yeah.
Back this way. I go back to behind the counter and open the door into like the back work space / storage space.
Okay.
And then I go up to my work table and like clear it off.
So Casper sets up at one of the work tables.
Take Tippin.
He uses a little bit of mundane fire magic to like light a bunch of lamps in the room so that he can see. And he sets up the.
Did they fix the smell?
Yeah, the smell's gone. The smell is gone.
It's been gone
But-
for a little while.
But the front door is covered in adverts.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
when they
This
get
weird.
there, the front door is just plastered with anti-Owen advertising from Alfred Brillam.
After I set Casper up with a space, I go back out and start taking them down.
Yeah, Owen's furious and embarrassed by this, and
Oh.
Casper politely pretends not to notice that they're there.
Of course.
Although
they
he's
do.
like got a lot of questions, and he's gonna like talk to Emberlar about it later.
Yeah.
So he goes in, you guys clear off the workspace, he sets everything up, he starts tinkering with it again, but he seems more zen this time. He's like more controlled. So I'm gonna roll and see how he does this time now that he's got a bench. Can't see. No. He's got a wise to go. He's got a
Yeah.
wise to go.
It's gonna take him till morning.
It's gonna take him till morning probably.
All right.
So what do you guys do?
I come back in, find out this news. What do we do? What do you want to do? What do you think?
I want to get this Vox Box. I want to go rescue Fennel. We have to wait and see what this plays. I mean, we don't have any leads. I don't know where to go. I don't know where they took them. I mean, we didn't bring any. I mean, still have that drawing of the Pell-Mell, like that Pell-Mell guy that she killed, that Fennel killed, but I don't know who to show it to. I mean, Casper, you wouldn't happen to know who this guy is, would you?
Who? He like looks up. No?
Yeah. Sandir, would you happen to know who this guy is?
I have no idea.
Nope. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I don't.
What does Sandir do for a job?
He
He's a
doesn't
prize fighter.
he's basically
okay.
like
So
a
he
prize
just- okay,
fighter.
cool,
he
cool,
fights
cool.
all the time, and
like-
he represents the school that his dad owns.
Yeah. All right. Just cool.
He's also like a society person. Like that's how rich and old their family is. Is
Yeah.
that like if this were actually the 19 teens, he would just be a leisurely gentleman because
Yeah.
he has so much money.
Yeah.
Wraith and his husband are huge, like in this circuit, like in the fight circuit.
Yeah.
So Wraith Chundali, he's married to a man by the last name of Poppleton.
Basically, Drew is giving us a little bit of insight into Sandir's family life. Sandir, like I said, his family is very old and very wealthy. His father, Wraith Chundali, owns the Chundali School of Staves, and Wraith and his husband,
What's it? Let me find his name.
I can't remember his first name.
His name is. Hold on.
It's not
Nolan.
Nolan.
Nolan Poppleton.
Yeah, Nolan is Wraith's husband. So Sandir's fathers run the school and like are society members and are very well respected and really well liked in this circle of high society
Sandir's
fae.
stepbrother's name is Alec.
And Sandir's stepbrother, Nolan's son, is named Alec Puffleton. Which is why they're also good friends with the Stockingtons. Puffletons, Stockingtons, Chundali.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
So I have a +2 for Mechanica. Is there any way that I can help maybe
Ooh.
speed things up. Like maybe he's.
I don't know.
struggling
You
with
think you're gonna
something.
help him, or you think
I
he's
know,
gonna flip
or,
out?
Or maybe he will flip out, but I could try to help.
Both of you roll. Take the highest.
Okay, so we're both gonna roll to see if. Oh, crap.
Mine's a 2.
Nothing. There's 2 blanks, a plus and a minus. That's a 0, right?
This is
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe I can help.
Everyone's trying to get in on this.
Yeah, that's a 2.
So they're all standing around, like, trying.
They're all standing around the table, like picking up tools and like trying to put things together based on. It's like an IKEA furniture setup situation, like freshman year of college. Everybody thinks they can read the instructions, and no one can read the instructions. They're all trying really, really hard to do that.
By the morning, it'll be done.
Yeah, basically by morning it'll be done. They'll get there, but it's just going slower than any of them would like.
All right, well then, get some sleep.
Yeah, probably to rest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tippin's already out.
And he's
Chet's
sleeping.
already out.
He needs to rest. So.
Yeah. Is there enough bed spaces for all of us?
No. Well, okay, so there is let's say there's a couch in the storage space, like in the work area. There's a couch, so somebody can sleep on that couch. There is another, like, lounge couch upstairs in my apartment, and then my bed, which can fit 2. So I'll say that you can sleep in my bed with me, and Sandir can have the big couch, and Chet can sleep on the fainting couch, because that's where Chet belongs.
Yeah.
And Casper will keep working through the night.
Yeah.
And he looks at you like,
I'll stay down here and keep Casper company. He's helping me a lot.
All right, whatever. Suit yourself, but you can
Yeah.
sleep in my bed if you want. And then I leave and take Tippin with me. And I make a makeshift bed on my night table for him.
"Oh,
Thanks, Mr. Picklesworth.
oh."
Sit down next to Casper and still have that thing for Owen, huh?
Yep.
When are you ever going to talk to her?
Why would I talk to her, Emberlar? Where's that gonna get me? Nowhere.
You're interesting. She likes interesting.
You've met our mother, Emberlar.
Yeah. Who gives a smish what mother thinks?
I do. Unfortunately.
She doesn't have to know. Your father wouldn't care.
I know he wouldn't.
So if anything, you should still at least talk to her. I mean, if you're gonna been eating you away, you just still talk to her. What's the harm in at least talking to her? Maybe go out for some honey scones. I don't know. I mean, she did ask for you to come help fix this. It's her idea.
She asked for me?
Yeah, specifically.
I don't know. I just don't think I don't think it's any good. I don't think it'll make a difference.
You never know till you try, right?
I don't know if it's worth the risk. Because if Mother finds out, it's complicated. You know it's complicated.
Yeah, it is. I understand. But hey, if Mother goes at you, you have me in your corner.
I know. I appreciate that.
Can I do anything to help?
Oh, yeah. Can you take all of those out of the box and put them all out on the table so I can see them?
Yeah.
Please? Thank you. So you guys are working for a while on that. There's dreams being suggested in the chat.
They
that-
are assuming my feelings.
They're assuming your feelings. Yeah. Tippin is dreaming about fruit. A surprisingly lady pixie-shaped fruit. Chet is dreaming about Sandir. Yeah, it's a really confusing dream. There's like pink mist everywhere and like moonlight, and Chet is like swimming through this fog, but there's Sandir and he's so strong and masculine, and he just like sweeps Chet away, and Chet feels safe for the first time in a long time, and just really cared for.
Yeah.
And he's very confused because why would Sandir be here? But you know,
He almost feels like Yashara. But...
Pink Mist Land is full of surprises, apparently. And then suddenly cats, says somebody in the chat. There's cats everywhere, and Sandir is running over the cats, running through the cats, pushing through the cat like a linebacker, like a quarterback, carrying Chet through the cats, and like the pink fog, and
It's a nice
suddenly
dream.
sunrise.
That is a nice
I don't know.
dream.
Freud, weigh in on that, please. So...
How many cats does his mother own?
at least 17.
Well.
But they're very well cared for because Faye can afford to have that. Time passes. You guys work through a couple more hours. Finally, the piece is done. It looks rickety and janky, but it's there. Casper sits back and he goes, I think that's it. We're going to have to try to connect everything up and see, but it might work.
It looks
good.
It looks good, Casper. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look good, but like it might work.
If it works,
see.
then
We'll
it looks
see.
good.
Then that's good.
Yeah. And then I take out the Vox box. And I open the slot.
Tippin's awake.
Tippin's awake
Tippin's
now.
awake.
Tippin's
Tippin's
awake
awake?
now! Yay!
Yay! Hey, buddy, how you feeling?
Because it's the next.
Yeah. Were you guys were still upstairs? It's like.
Oh, I thought it was
Would you
morning
wake
time.
us up?
Sorry.
I mean, it's like
5 a.m.
it's like
5
5 in the
a.m.
morning.
Okay,
It's
so-
not quite dawn yet. So we're at the workbench, and he says,
Okay,
I think it's done.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to try it. I mean,
Let's give it a shot. Press the button.
So who's there?
it's just
Yeah, just us two.
Casper and Emberlar right now
Okay.
because you guys are still asleep.
Yeah.
Do you want to wake everybody up? I don't.
Well,
I'd wake everybody up for this.
huh?
Wake everybody up for this.
Okay.
At least the main party.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let me go get someone. Hold on 1 second. I go upstairs. Then knock on Owen's door.
What?
Hey, Kat, I think Casper just finished it.
Oh. And then I get up really fast.
What?
Come on.
And then Tippin.
Finish what?
Tippin.
What's going on?
Are you
What?
awake?
Yeah. What does Owen go to
Owen's
sleep
bedroom.
in? What's Owen sleep in?
Owen sleeps in. What do?
A waterbed.
Oh yeah, it's
No, like clothing wise.
yeah.
Oh.
She sleeps in. It's like a silk, but it feels like water. Like when you touch it, it feels like water, and it's just like a silk. Like.
I'm just.
I guess,
Is it
I don't know,
extravagant, or is
nightgown.
it like?
I think it's not like super extravagant, but it's like classy. You know, like little embellishments here and there.
Like a 30s starlet. dressing
type
gown?
Like
Yeah.
sort of like that. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That's very
Yeah.
cool.
And then so that's what Owen
Sensual.
sleeps in.
And
And that
Yeah, you gonna wake
I'm
Tippin
waking.
up?
Tip.
Where
Are
am
you awake?
Yeah, what's going on?
Tippin, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling out.
I know. Don't move. Don't do
move.
that.
Take it
Don't
easy,
do
buddy.
that.
Take it easy.
You've broken ribs.
Just still, I feel fine.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You sure? Stretch real quick.
It's just a little sore.
Just yeah. Maybe okay.
Can you move?
Oh yeah.
We built the Voxbox player. Let's go listen
Wait,
to it.
what? Wait,
the what?
what happened everywhere else?
So-
How are we here? I hit a wall,
You
Oh.
did.
But wait, don't worry. I put her.
and
through
then
the
I
wall.
saw.
He did.
Then yeah, I hit a wall.
We give a Tippin a quick rundown of everything that happens.
Yeah.
Knowledge.
He's dazed.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
what?
We've imparted knowledge of what happened.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go back downstairs. Box. All right. Hit the button. Things open. Puts it in. Locks it. And
It like creaks and cranks and starts clicking, like when a player piano's starting up.
yeah.
And nothing comes out, and Casper looks annoyed. And then he reaches over and like shakes it a little, and then like something clicks into place, and then there's a sound that comes out.
Which is.
Whatever this is.
That's enough. It's novelty. Rennie, why'd you call me here? What exactly is the point, precisely?
I needed to see you again.
We've been finished for a very long time, Rennie. And there's nothing that could change that, and you know that.
I had to see you. I missed you.
You missed me. You missed me. Well, it's been some time. You can't blame me for that.
For what?
Time.
I don't. But I still don't understand why you left.
We went over this. We went over this a very long time ago. If you need a refresher. Oh, well, it has been almost a century for you, hasn't it? Oh, you've gotten quite old. You're your last 100 years, is that it? Hey, look at me. It happens to everyone. Well, almost everyone.
I see. But you did love me once.
I certainly adored you, if that's what you mean. But things change. It isn't anything to be bothered about.
And Yashara?
What about Riyashara?
She means nothing to you, I assume.
Don't you ever say that to me. Do you understand me? Look at me. Don't you ever say that to me. Yashara's my daughter, and she will always be my daughter.
I hope you mean that.
Don't be that way. Of course I mean it. Just because you and I are no longer together doesn't mean that I don't care. All right? It's different now. Things are different. And people are asking questions. If they come by, you don't say anything.
Of course not.
You don't say anything. You must try to understand, Renier. I know it's hard, but you must try to understand time the way that I do, all right?
I have tried. And I'll continue to try.
I'll try.
I'll never marry, you know? Not after we...
Who said that? Anything about that?
I said I'd try to understand.
You should really reconsider your marriage to someone, anyone. I'd hate to be alone in the twilight of my years. So, please, find someone. Someone who can take care of you before the end. Look, I should go. I'm gonna go. I shouldn't have come here, but we had good times, you and I. Goodbye, venue. I just want you to also to know this is the last time. Look at me. This is the last time.
Elle, please.
This is the last time, Renier. Goodbye. Say hello to Yashara for me, please.
Academia. Names of all known Seelie.
Yeah.
First of all, Casper goes, "What the hell is going on?"
I have no smishing idea.
I think this point, your guess is as good as ours.
I thought you said you were investigating a murder.
We are.
Well, what the smish was that?
I have no idea.
Well, Renly was murdered, so that could have been the murderer.
And this is why I'm not a warden. I can't handle this.
Maybe we should let Casper leave.
Leave? I don't know. People are getting murdered for no apparent reason, and you want me to build machines to listen to the Vox box?
Only for you can have plausible deniability. Warden?
Go back home. You did not hear this. We built this. I'll say I built it.
Just leave it here. No one will even know it exists.
You did not hear this, Casper. I promise you, I'll take the blame for this. Okay? Thank you.
I don't know what's going on here, Emberlar, but you need to clean it up.
Trying.
I don't even want you involved in this.
Trust me, I don't want to be involved in it either. No. Do you have a teleportation spell on you?
No. I didn't think I'd need one.
Shit. Get home immediately.
Okay, but I need to know that you're safe.
I'll be fine. Can you have Sandir take you home?
Okay.
Because if we're being watched and being followed, I'm not bringing you into this.
Oh my gosh, Emberlar.
I've already had someone go after my partner. I'm not having someone go after you.
Okay. I'll leave with Sandir. But I want you to be careful, Emberlar.
I trust Emberlar to be safe.
Yeah,
No worries.
I'll be fine. I promise. Nothing reckless.
Okay. All right, fine. And so he gets up and he goes down into the other room, and Sandir is there, like, I think Sandir's like playing cards with himself.
Yeah.
Like, he woke up because of the noise,
No,
and
he's
then like
exercising.
he's doing like chin-ups on the rafters.
Yeah.
He's
like-
doing katas.
Yeah.
And, like, with his shirt
And
off.
meditating and stuff, and like Chet is on the couch.
No, he's
That
not
is,
wearing a shirt. He's
yeah.
like covered
Just
in
an
like
old-
sweat.
Sandier's like
friend from school.
covered in sweat,
Glistening.
doing like
Be my
Tai Chi looking
old
kata,
flame. It's fine.
practicing his
He's here.
moves and
It's
stuff
he's
as
like
Casper
you.
comes in the other room.
You and him.
And he and Sandir and Chet leave because Sandir's not going to leave Chet.
Yeah.
So they take Chet, and Sandir and Chet and Casper head off to take Casper home to the Ardeo estate. What do you do?
Tippin?
I mean, I want to go through my personal knowledge of like what are the names of known Seelie because
Known Seelie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would that be? Is that
Academia.
academia? Yeah.
Pippin's best skill. Oh my goodness! Really? I mean that. That's still I do. I'm using it.
All right.
Because that was just a terrible roll. Okay, it's a 4.
It's a 4. You know, like you know the names of the Dare and the Mab and their 3 children, just like everybody does, and you know the major names of the families, but you don't know everybody's name.
Yeah, we wouldn't. Plus, like Seelie, like, are like very rarely. I doubt any of us know who the voice it is, but we have a feeling it could be a Seelie.
Well, there's just a
Well,
name. We have
L.
a name L.
We have L.
Right.
Were you listening,
remember-
Mr. Police Officer?
It was.
Surely there has to be some kind of like.
L. That's got to be a nickname.
But
wouldn't go by
short,
initials.
like L would. You know, it's short.
Ellen's.
So if we had a list of Sealy names, you could look through them.
There's
And
only
find.
20 of them, so yeah.
Right.
Where's
and there has to
Dove?
be.
Can we roll a luck to see if you have a book? I mean, you have a shot.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
maybe like a history
You
book.
can roll to
of
see if
all
you've got
the
like a
Sealy.
history book or something lying around.
Roll. Would that be like a notice then? Or luck? Investigate.
Or maybe I'm of the High House Ardeo. Maybe the high houses, would they know anything regarding like Sealy names?
I mean, you know the Dare, the Mad.
What are
You might know some of the bigger families. You might know Doxmer.
Doxmer, okay.
what are the different guilds that like the Sealy are in charge of?
That's a good question. There are Sealy who are technically linked to many of the major guilds: the Arcanica Guild, the Mechanica Guild, the Wardens. Many of the major guilds have some Sealy that like sits on the board of directors. Many of them don't like show up to meetings or anything like that, but they're technically linked. So that's not necessarily unusual.
He said time so many times, and I don't know if that was just referring to the fact that he lives for a long time, or
that was
if
my
like
guess.
it's a relation to what he does actually. Is there time magic?
No.
Okay.
No.
So not like a time guild or anything. I see what
No,
you're saying.
there's definitely not like a time guild.
Okay.
Time is a concept of science that's studied in the mundane magics at college, but it's not
Yeah.
it's not like something there aren't like fae that can bend time or like go back in time or anything like that.
Yeah. But we've all heard Lutato Serene speak, or like at least I have. So that's definitely I would know that that's not Lutato Serene's voice.
It's not Lutato Serene's voice.
Yes. Okay. So it's definitely
Sealy.
definitely a Sealy, or at least that's the prevailing theory we've got. So
Yeah, let's like. I'll.
Do we have
Can
a
we-
way
can
to
I have a way-
contact Dove?
yeah. Do we have a way to record what was said?
we
make
have,
like a copy?
We have the Vox box.
You have the Vox box.
Yeah, we could just play
and we
it
have
again.
the player that's
Yeah, but
specific to
but
that
if someone
Vox box.
steals the Vox box.
Well, where's your safe? Put it in your safe.
Oh yeah, I could put it in my safe.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what we'll do.
Along with the ramshackled thing that Casper built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it wouldn't be more like my like safe isn't very big. It's like this big.
So it doesn't fit
So-
a whole lot.
Yeah, and maybe like this.
But this is
deep,
the one that's in
like
your interdimensional thing too.
Yeah, that's what this one is. It's small because it's that's a powerful thing. But the Vox box is something that I could fit in there, right? It's not very big.
Yeah, the Vox box is like it's about this big. It's
Okay, cool.
maybe a little smaller
The
than this.
player
Not
or
this
the
big.
box?
Player.
The box. Oh, the player. Yeah.
The box
The-
box is an inch by an inch by an inch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
the
So I
Vox
could
box is quite
definitely at
small.
least fit the Vox box in there because people might not know what the player is. So I'll just take.
That's
I
true.
put the Vox box in my necklace vault. I'll say that I did that.
Put the plans for the player.
Oh, and the plans, in there as
Yeah.
well with them.
Smart. Smart move.
So we'll always have that.
So in the safe you have the box itself
The
and the plans for the player.
plans, not the player
The
itself.
player itself is on the outside.
Yeah, I put it like on a shelf in the back, like and put some other things around it to make it look cluttery and old, and it looks like kind of junky anyways, in hopes
Wrapped
that
in
it'll.
cloth napkins.
What?
You have fruit in there.
Yeah, and I do have the fruit in there as well.
The death fruit.
I'm gonna say I put that in like a box now. It's not in napkins anymore. It's like in something so that you don't
Yeah.
accidentally touch it.
So what's the plan?
Well,
we need to go rescue Fennell.
Yes.
That's what I've been
Yeah,
wanting to
let's-
do, but
let's-
Rescue Fennell.
how do we go? I don't know where. I have no idea. No leads. Like the only I've that.
Ezzy knows where
yeah.
Fennell is.
Let's go get Ezzy.
She's hurt.
Let's go back to the alley and see if we can
If
If
figure
there's
out
anyone
where
that's still
she
like
went.
alive, yeah.
I mean, if there's anyone still there, or if there's anybody who saw where she went, or we can go to the Pell-Mells dojo place. I'm sure they have, right? They have like a.
They have a dojo, yeah. Do they have a?
Because they pretend they pretend to be a dueling club, even though they're kind of a gang. Is that right?
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm. They advertise as a dueling club, but
Yeah.
they're
They're legal.
like
They
a
have their
gang for
papers.
hire. Yeah.
So they would have a place where people would be able to find them if they're fronting as a dueling club.
So are you asking to like look for that, or are you asking if you know of
well,
where
I
they
guess
would
I'm
be?
asking if we would know that existed.
Yeah, because then we could go to it and.
They would advertise for it because they want
Yeah.
people to come.
Yeah,
be
they
a part
want
of the thing.
people to come be in
It's
the gang.
called the lot.
The lot?
Yeah, so the Pell-Mells they do have a place. It's called the Lot, and it's kind of at the other end of this ward, in a lesser part of town. But it's like that's kind of where they all meet and hang out and do what they're doing.
Let's go there. We gotta rescue Fennell. I'm all about it.
We're going into the lion's den.
After we
What are we
just
gonna do? Just
beat
waltz
up
in
the lion.
and just be like, "Hey, tell us where Fennell's at."
Or I'll put her through another wall.
Yeah, but
Fire.
maybe we should catch her.
Yeah.
Or someone else. Yeah.
Where did
One
she?
of the lower
She
ones.
was at the
Probably.
magic hour. She came to the magic hour and we were there, right?
Yeah, and
but
then
she
she
can look
knew
at the
that we were
chat.
going there. So when we were on our way there, she ambushed us.
But she's probably been there before. We could ask somebody, like maybe a bartender would know her schedule, sort of like, hey, does she come in here at 8 o'clock on Fridays to hang out with her group and be seen by everybody or something? Either that or
Stake out the
and
lot,
ambush her
then-
and wait till she comes out.
Yeah. Maybe grab one of the lower guys, one of like the grunts, one of
Yeah.
the new recruits.
Takes so long.
Those are my ideas.
Yeah, I'm down for either of them.
We have to get her by herself. I hesitate to go to the actual dueling club because then we would be surrounded by people.
We'd be overwhelmed, yeah.
Well, didn't you hurt her really bad? Like,
I
wouldn't
did.
she probably need
Did she
medical
go to a
attention?
healer? Yeah.
While you guys are talking, there's a on the door downstairs or in the front.
I'm gonna peek. I'm gonna go down and peek through the pixie door
Yeah.
to see
The pixie door on the front door.
above it. So I want
Above the
to
front
like
door.
peek through and be like,
It's dark now. I mean, it's still dark. It's still very early in the morning. The street lamps are kind of flickery in this area because you live in a weird part of town. But there's someone at the door, and they're like kind of like leaned into the door frame, drunk maybe, pounding on the door.
does it like species?
They're kind of hunched over and they've got like a hat on, so you can't really tell. It's shadowy.
Probably-
That smells like ambush, man.
Smells like ambush.
That's pure ambush.
I think you're just being paranoid.
I'm absolutely being paranoid. Did you hear that thing?
I go downstairs
They look drunk.
and shout through the door. Who is it?
Open the door!
Who is it?
Please open the door!
Tell me your name first.
Fucking open the door, you cagging wanker!
It's not very nice.
Do we recognize the voice?
Yeah, can I roll?
Is it?
Is it Dove?
It's Ezzy.
It's Ezzy.
Oh, it is
Oh.
Ezzy. I was
She's-
wondering.
She's pounding on the door desperately.
Okay.
Hey,
then, as soon as
she's
the moment I
here.
hear it's Ezzy, I run to the door and then open it and then grab her.
She collapses into your grasp. There's blood all over her. And, she's all battered from the fight you guys had earlier.
She's got a burned handprint.
She looks
Damn right she
really
does.
messed up. There's a burned handprint on her face.
And, like part of her
Yeah.
hair is, but she's burned more than that.
Like, she is
Oh,
scorched. She
extra.
looks like she's been beat up with fire.
She's been punished because she lost. All right. And hold grab onto her, and then I grab her arms and then put her up against a wall. Where's Fennell?
What are you talking about?
Where is Fennell, my
He-
partner?
He's got her.
Who's he?
The boss. Ugh.
His name.
Don't you have any healing things? Anything, please.
And I slowly start to heat my hands.
Don't.
His name!
Don't.
All right. And then I shoot some water at your hands.
And I immediately turn it to steam.
I don't know his name. I
name.
don't know his name.
Where?
What do you mean where?
Where is he?
All right, and then I push you off. I push you off of her.
She like
Okay.
falls face first onto the ground. Like she's
Alright.
just totally limp. She can't
Yeah.
hold herself up anymore.
I look through the shop to see if we have like burn cream, something like that.
I have a first aid kit
Yeah.
in the back. You
You'd
go
probably
get
have
that.
something that
Yeah,
you could give her that would help.
A little bit. So I like get that. You bring it over, and I get that, and like
Hot cop, wet cop.
That's our dances. She looks like she's made up with a fire. Well, that's because I did that.
oh man.
Amazing.
All right. Okay. So
She's
Yeah.
like on the floor coughing and like gasping for breath. Like it's hard for her to breathe right
I give
now.
her like burn patches that you can put on a burn to like cool it down.
Cool. Yeah, that's helpful. Like her breathing starts to slow down a little bit. She's trying to get it together, but she's like really shaky.
why are you here?
Begging for help. What you think?
Why would you come to us for help?
Who else am I gonna go to?
Literally anyone else.
There is no one else. There's no one left.
What does that mean? What do
I
you
knew
mean?
you were a tosser.
I'm a tosser. You took my partner, tried to kill me, tried to kill her.
I had to, you damn sparker.
Uh-huh. Why?
He was paying us, wasn't he? That's what it's all about. Getting paid. That's what it was all about. Doesn't matter anymore, does it?
Who is? What do you mean when you say there's no one left?
There's literally no one left.
Like in the Pell-Mells, in the world, did an apocalypse happen while you're in here?
There are no more Pell-Mells.
So your boss
Just me.
your boss killed them all?
Yeah.
Why? Because you failed?
Yeah.
Why
What
does
were
he
you
want? What does he want and why?
He sent us to kill that Chet bloke.
Did you kill Rinny? Too?
Which one was that?
Oh. The Yashara's mom. Did you kill her ingenue? Her
All I know is
Isley
they're dead.
Morris.
All I know is they're dead,
did
all
the
right?
Pell-Mells do it?
She doesn't want to talk. She's like reeling and out of breath and shaking. But she says it. Yes, we did it. He paid us to. He said he was going to pay us to.
Well, can you take us back to the place where he's at?
Yeah.
Or at least tell
You're
us where
joking,
it's at?
right?
All right, tell us where it's at.
Where is he at? How do we find him?
Where is he, Ezzy?
I like pull out a
This is not
piece
the
of paper,
time.
like here, you
Oh, I'm
can
making
write
fun
it
of her. I'm
down.
making fun of her name.
That's very
I
good.
want-
Yes.
I want protection if I tell you where he is.
You want protection
Yes,
for murdering people
I was coerced.
with money?
And other things.
Like what?
Yeah, and I'll burn the other head of the side of your face too if you don't tell me.
Should have just let me die too.
I'm sorely tempted.
That's a terrible attitude.
Go on then. Got nothing left.
You've got your life.
There is no more life.
You're breathing? Life.
For how much longer?
I'm sure many years after this, because Emberlar is going to do the right thing.
And promise protection because we're wasting a ton of time. It's been like half a day already.
Fine.
My
I'll take
day.
you to the wardens.
I want
Nope.
protection.
They'll do the best they can.
I mean it. This is not some lowbrow gang leader you're dealing with.
What, is he a Sealy?
I don't know what he is. I know he burnt my face off and killed all my mates.
What
Oh,
can
no,
you
I
tell
did
us
that.
about him?
No, he did this.
What else can you tell us about him? What does he look like?
Terrifying. He's got eyes like flames, blue flames that flicker, but they're cold, you know? Like there's no one in there. He's got this scar around his neck, like somebody went for him but didn't quite get him. I knew we shouldn't have taken the job.
Fine, we'll protect you. On my authority as a warden, we will protect you. We will You will charge the person responsible for these crimes.
She just starts shaking her head.
Tell us where this place is.
I'll tell you where it is, but I can't guarantee he'll still be there.
That's fine.
That's a start.
Fine. So she like takes the pen and the paper that you gave her, and she starts to write stuff down for you. But
Emmy did that.
the handprint?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he did it.
No.
No,
You heard
no,
other
no.
places on it. Emmy did that.
All the other
Maybe
birds
that
are.
wasn't clear. Sorry.
Well, it was in the fight.
Which I was typing during. So
It was a big moment.
Okay,
Do you
great.
carry like a bag with you?
I have a lot of pockets.
Cool.
Do you have a name? Does he
No.
have a name? He's just
I
the
don't have a
boss.
name.
But you do have a location?
I'll give you the best I can. So she starts writing stuff down, and the camera pans out as
take
you
your
guys
necklace.
start to figure out where she's pointing the location as. The camera pans out through the window,
Yeah.
and dawn breaks over the city of Amongrad. And I think we're going to leave it there, because you guys have a lot to figure out.
Yeah, I'm gonna take your necklace and go upstairs real quick.
Just real quick.
Grab some backup for later.
Uh-huh.
And I'll return back downstairs
All
with
right,
a
all
small
right, I
bundle
trust
and a
you.
napkin and put
trust
it
you.
in your pocket.
All
and
right,
just say,
everybody.
Don't put your hand in that pocket.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight on the live stream for episode 6. It'll go up on YouTube here shortly in a little bit. It'll be there tomorrow if you need to catch up on anything or refresh anything like I do. Be sure to tell everybody to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and check out the website, welcometowarda.com, for more information about the races and the world and the city. You guys have been fantastic tonight, and there's so much that happened in this game. So thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for egging us on. Thank you for singing musicals. And thank you for inviting your friends and for being citizens of Warda. We will see you guys next week on Tuesday for a special game. It's just you two, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be missing Emberlar next week. So it'll just be Tippin and Owen. So we'll find out what happens in that game next week, Tuesday, same time, same channel. And we'll catch you guys later. Thanks, guys.